We are live.
Live at it.
Live action. Come on, fucker.
Where's everybody at? Hello.
They'll be coming. They'll be coming. No worries.
Yeah, I know.
You got to share this stuff real quick so they know where to watch.
Yeah, I've got to start. I've got to start setting an alarm whenever I see you post stuff because, man, I don't really get on my get on there quite as much as I have been because I should have been so busy.
Yeah. Yeah. I know you're a busy man. We got one viewer. Who is it? What's up, Phil? Phil from Marfugel Bar.
Hey, Phil.
What you up to, buddy? Oh, you just finished work, huh, Phil? I guess I could post a link so you can join us tonight.
How's that thumper working out for him?
Pretty good. He's been getting pretty consistent runs with that thing.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, I haven't really been seeing a lot of his stuff either.
Yeah, he hasn't been making videos and stuff much for some reason.
Okay.
But he's been pulling consistent 160s out of that still. So
yeah.
Says we have 4 viewers, but it's not showing me who.
Right.
Stupid phone, anyway.
Yeah, I've been kicking my new design for the 60-gallon around with that 3-way valve I purchased, and I bought another one of those clear 2-inch sight little things that I put my activated charcoal. So I have 2 of them running side by side.
Oh, nice.
And the plan is to, in my tank, because my tank that my coils are in, or a coil right now, but it's going to have 2 coils in it. It's like a 25-gallon, so it's plenty adequate enough to be able to run 2 coils in it. So I'll have 2 30-foot coils in it. So whenever I extinguish the one, I can just switch the valve out and then take everything out of that one and then repack it and then put it back in line. And then when that other one start running weak, then I can just switch it back, back and forth, kind of the way they do with them jars,
Yes, sir. What's up, JL Shine?
JL. Oh, look what shirt I got on.
What's up, Kenny? Oh, nice. Yeah, what's up, Kenny Parker?
Huh? Oh, I got 2 left. I put a glass of wine instead.
Shut up, Phil. Talk too much.
Talking to Brandon.
Well, I just saying you talk too much.
That's the grandson, right?
No, my son.
What's up, Sean?
Oh, okay. Big say you got to be nice to that grandson because he's the one who packs you in the house all the time.
Yeah.
I sent grandson back to California a couple weeks ago.
Oh.
Or I should say last month.
Well, I hope they don't turn him liberal.
He already proved himself. He already proved himself a liberal.
He didn't say nothing bad about my president, did he?
He knew better than to say anything against Daddy Trump.
Boy, I tell you what, I'm loving what they're doing. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
I love what Elon's doing.
Yeah. What are you making, Phil?
But he's a part of it.
My son wanted a glass of wine, so I just poured him a glass of my 2020 blackberry wine at 20% alcohol by volume.
Nice.
Good, Dad. I like this one.
Hell yeah. That's awesome. So I'm working on getting a lacto infection in my grain or in my mash that I have in my kitchen. So I'm going to let it sit for a few days and see how much lacto I can get in it.
Right. Now, remember me telling you about in 3 separate barrels? I had corn in one, wheat in one, and oat in one, and they was all 3 55-gallon drums almost touching each other. And I don't know if that cross, spores or whatever you might want to call it, but every one of them had it on it. Every one of them thick.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. And so you may want to have a few others close to it. And do you put you don't put airlocks on yours, do you?
I did on my
Well, I
smaller
usually do,
batches,
but I
not on
noticed
my
that this
bigger
one
ones.
the other day had a kind of a little spider web effect on the top of it, right? So I took the lid off of it and it's starting to get even more of it. So
Yep. Yep. And and way Tim Smith and them, what they said, because one of their episodes, and like I said, I don't. To be honest, I don't even use a airlock. I really don't. I just put the
yeah.
lid loosely on there and lock it down, and that's pretty much the way I roll with it, and I let the natural, spores that's in the air get in it. I know there's a chance of, something bad getting in there and making it go crazy, but I haven't had that.
What's
I
up,
have
Richard
not had.
Bree? Yeah, I haven't had that either.
Yeah. So I mean, once you get a good base going, I think it's enough to keep everything else away. I don't know. I mean, I've just not had any trouble like that.
Hey, Freed, I got a good subject for you.
What's up,
Um, my the
Michael
the
Caputo?
the crowbar sour mash. The
Uh huh.
first run after that, okay, the original crowbar. Uh, the first jar was at like 165, 168, somewhere in there, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, that was for the first generation. Now I'm doing the sour mash. Um, the first run off the sour mash, jar number one was down to 134, and the second run of the sour mash, today's first jar, is at 126, and they both came out of the same batch. I'm finding that the lower in the barrel I get, the lower the proof I'm putting out.
Weird. Huh.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
today was the second run of the sour mash. And I got enough mash left that's already separated from the grains that I could do a third run. And then after I put the grains through my wine press, I'll probably have enough left to make a fourth run.
Okay. That's weird that the further you get down in the column, the less SG you're having. I don't understand that.
I don't either.
What'd you do, Phil? Did you add water to it or something? I'm just kidding, buddy.
No, I'm actually wondering if I accidentally forgot to put in enough sugar. Like, I'm finding with this starting gravities, the SGs, I'm finding with the bigger barrels, I need to start using 3 bags of sugar, whereas the smaller 30-gallon barrels only use 2 bags of sugar.
2 bags of how many pounds? What, 25 pounders? 10 pounders?
Yeah, 25 pounders.
Okay. So, all right. So you're getting 1.08 SG out of 20 gallons of water and 30 pounds, or I'm sorry, 30 gallons of water, 25 pounds sugar is what you're saying?
Well, the sour mash starting gravity was at 1.450.
Damon, look at there, Damon.
Yeah, look, Damon, he's got your shirt on, buddy.
Look, Damon, look.
Whereas with this other recipe I'm doing in a 30-gallon batch, my starting gravity is at 1.94.
Mark.
1.094. Okay.
Yeah, so but that's a 30-gallon mash, and the crowbar is at 1.45, which is a bigger batch. So I'm thinking, yeah, for the bigger barrels, I need to start with 3 bags of sugar, and the smaller barrels are 2 bags of sugar.
Oh, I always forget that you're not actually converting your corn, are you?
I was even with the analase.
Okay. All right. So usually when you convert your corn, you're going to not use as much sugar, but if you're steeping your corn, which means you put it in the barrel and then just pour hot water on it, that's not converting your corn correctly. But everybody does it differently. So,
Well, I cook my corn in the barrel, steeping it at higher temperatures and for a little over an hour.
right. Okay. So you might be actually getting some conversion.
Yeah.
Are you using cracked corn or using whole corn?
I buy the bags of white cracked corn and then I grind it down myself.
Okay. So you're getting to the starch.
Yeah.
What's up, Jackson?
Is it getting thick on you? Is the starch gelling up on you?
Yeah, at the beginning of the mash, yeah.
Okay. So you're getting some conversion at least.
When I'm steeping the corn, it'll get real thick.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing, Phil.
Yep. That's what you want. That's and then I'll take it from that and I'll put it over in a 55-gallon drum, and that's when I'll add my amylase or a malted grain.
Yeah.
Or use either one, you know.
Yeah.
But as for pressing out the grains for the crowbar, right now I got a full 6-gallon bucket and 2 5-gallon buckets of nothing but the crowbar grains, and I'll put them through the wine press later tonight.
All right, Jackson Alexander. This is a very good question. He says, even if you do get your corn converted, does it make a difference if you were to still add sugar? So, all depends on how old school you are of a distiller. Because if you're making a true whiskey, you don't add sugar to it. You know what I mean? You use just the corn conversion alone.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that want to bring their SG up to 1.08, so they use a sugar crutch to do that with. So it all depends on how you. Everybody does it differently, Jackson. You know what I mean? And it's no wrong way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
and to be honest, all grain tends to turn out a lot smoother and better than adding sugar. You know, the grains is always better than adding sugar.
come on, Scroggs, let's get it.
Come on back, Scroggs. I seen you chime in there, buddy.
Yeah, he said ting ting ting. Damon says shots.
I got beer tonight.
Yeah.
At least 3.
Slack says, good evening, fellows, and crack.
Yeah, that's all he called me, crack.
Yeah. What's up, Roy Warner? Making an apple banana batch, huh? That sounds pretty damn good. Let us know how that comes out. So, what are you making now, Phil? You got any new mashes going on, Phil? You ran your apple brandy, didn't you?
Yes, the apple brandy's done. Tomorrow I'm gonna do another run of the Crowbar Sour Mash. But after that, I have a 30-gallon Sunshine whiskey, and then by the time I'm done doing all the runs off of that, the Problem Child Sour Mash should be almost done, and it's going to be a lot more chocolatey.
Oh, cool. Hell yeah. Yeah, the less sugar that you use, Jackson, the I think the smoother the taste. But you can also counteract the sugar with other things like wheat, oats, barley,
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
like that. So
I use oat and wheat just about any of my what I call a bourbon mash bill.
yeah,
Mostly get the corn, wheat, oat, and 6-roll barley. That's
yeah.
that's my main mash bill. I mean, because it's so smooth and yeah.
Damon says that bourbon was good, James. Awesome stuff.
Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate
Right
that.
now I have 3 batches of the same recipe. The what I'm calling Sunshine.
Tell me what's in
Um,
it.
it's going to be my house recipe. 20 pounds of corn. Where to go?
What's up, Brian?
Brian,
20. It'll be the Crowbar plus Sweet Feed, but it'll be corn 20 pounds, rye 2 pounds, oats 2 pounds, wheat 2 pounds, barley 2 pounds, and Sweet Feed 2 pounds.
Okay. Is that the recipe that we came up with the other night?
That's the recipe we came up with a couple of Sundays ago.
Yeah, a couple Sundays ago. Okay. All right.
That's why I call it Sunshine, because it was on a Sunday, and it is shine, so sunshine.
So have you been advertising the 4 Nuns and a Bug drink, Phil?
No, I completely forgot about it until you said it.
won't be long now.
Yeah, right. W. Scroggs says Jimmy cracked corn and I might not care. How about you, Philly? And he spelled it not K-N-O-T. That's funny, W. Scroggs. So I'm gonna be grinding my rye here pretty soon, and then I'll be starting me another Crowbar recipe here pretty quick, like so. I mean, I got to run 40 gallons of mash within the next week and a half, so on to the new one.
Yeah, and I think for the Hillbilly Jam, I think I'm going to have to run another run of that honey peach rum because a lot of people's asked about it, and I know that Damon he liked it pretty well as well.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll make some to take down there.
Does the starch conversion and whether you could or need to add sugar apply to other grains and wells? I have oats I plan on working with. Yeah, so I don't know if so my starch conversion, whether it's corn or oats or barley or whatever, if I convert it all or whatever, it comes out to about 1.06 most of the time. So
really depends on how much water you got in it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can you can over dilute it and throw that number off.
Yeah. My Mark Morgan says I need a predecessor named Y. We actually call my wife Whatnot. So we might be able to find somebody that'll go by the name Why Not.
Yeah. Yeah, when you hear someone say Whatnot.
yeah, exactly. That's funny shit. What's up, Tim Ferguson? Haven't seen him in a minute. So how is everything else going other in life, James? Have you still been working the weekends?
No, it's kind of funny because they've really started cracking down on the overtime, and what they found is they're starting to, instead of making somebody come in early and somebody stay late, what they've been doing is taking somebody on the same shift and sliding them over into these different positions. So instead of them coming to me and telling me that, hey, I'm going to need you to stay over till 6 o'clock, and so instead of that, they would take somebody from the second shift and slide them over. And and luckily, I've had enough. Of course, I'm a top senior person in production, but it's got me quite a bit though. But between that, trying to get the house stuff done, and we got more bad weather coming. And of course, this past weekend I was in Indy and got snowed and all of that. But grandbaby comes first.
Yeah,
It was her birthday. It was her birthday, and so Papa had to be there.
Yeah, I hear you there. Damon says it's damn cold. Jackson Alexander says he has 19 pounds of rolled oats. He's planning on using it. I have been trying to figure out the best way to work with it. You ever use rolled oats, James?
Yes. Yep. Just put it in and cook it up. Yeah, it's just like the rolled oats, just like what your Quaker oats. That's pretty much what it is. You cook it up till it gets real good and thick, and then if you whatever your amylase or malted grain, throw it in there and let it convert over, and then you'll really taste it, the conversion, because it'll get sweet. It'll get sweet on you and thin. It'll be real thick, and you add that, it'll get real thin and real watery, and that's when you know it's working. And to test it, if you don't really know, other than just if you want the dye or the iodine, put the little iodine in it in a little cup, swirl it around. If it goes away, it's done. It's done, converted. Just in case.
With my problem child mash, I just took 20 pounds of Quaker oats and just dumped it in with the mash.
Hot mash or cold mash?
Hot.
Hot. Okay.
Yeah. You got to cook it to get the starches out. I see people like at work, they'll just take and they'll dump it, their little pouch in their little deli cup, and they'll add water, but they don't cook it, and it's real. It doesn't even release the starches. And so they're sitting there eating this runny liquid with these oats. I mean, you may as well just grab a handful of oats and just ate it. Now, with that being said, when you eat oats like that, your amylase that's in your mouth will start converting it into sugar. It's like when you eat a piece of light bread, it's white, it's full of starch, but it don't taste sweet until your saliva, the amylase, converts it into sugar. That's why, if you're a diabetic, anything white, don't eat it, other than cauliflower.
Yeah.
That I know of.
Yeah.
That I know of.
W. Strux. W. Strux is afraid not. Well, why not? Go figure. Ha ha ha. Are we going to take a shot?
I was just going to take
ding ding. Let's ding ding it. Mark Morgan, you have a good night, buddy. Oh, Jackson's asking, what other grains do you use to help with conversion? Malted barley, anything malted helps a lot with conversion. So.
Yeah, anything. Just, but the barley, the 6-roll malted 6-roll barley is mostly what I use. And when you get here, Fred, I'll take you there. I mean, you're gonna love. They've got all these bins lined up down the wall with all these different. They got them where they're roasted and all this kind of stuff.
Sweet.
I mean, it's like chocolate and all that stuff. I mean, you just get it. Just however you want. You tell them how much you want, and they'll say you want it ground, and then they'll run it through their mill for you.
That's
You just
badass,
I got
dude.
Cicero barley, but it's not malted.
That's okay. It's not hard to make.
I was actually thinking about taking Freyd's idea, go to Wally Mart, get those planter trays, and start malting all my own grains.
It's very, very simple.
Yeah, well, problem is the dryer part. I'm afraid the malted stuff would get through the dryer sheet. I mean, pillowcases.
No, they won't. Everything stays in the pillowcase, including the dust, pretty much.
Okay.
So you'll be good.
The next problem I would have with it is malting all that corn. It'd take a lot of those trays to do it.
Well, when you use your dryer, make sure you run a little cycle and make sure there's no dryer sheets in it to
Yeah.
get any,
Yeah.
get any of that out. Let it all blow out, and make sure they have those
people
ones
use different settings on the dryers. What setting on the dryer? High, medium, low?
I ran
permanent
mine
press.
on high
What?
for 90 minutes.
All right.
He's got a 6-second delay. He's not trying to talk over you, James. I promise.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Sorry, I'm West Coast.
6-second boom boom. All right, go back to the comments. Scott Johnson says I have 150 pounds of Jimmy Red, 50 pounds King Hickory White, 50 pounds Distiller's Malt. Trying to decide what I want to do next. Shit, there's at least 7 different opportunities right there, one way or the other, with Jimmy Red or King Hickory White, or What's up, Scott Drake, Jeremy Stewart? What's up, everybody?
What's up, Jeremy?
Jeremy Stewart also says sweet potatoes also have a high diastatic power for conversion. That's what I've heard. Yeah. What's up, Jim Ferris? David Masters. What's up, buddy? W. Scroggs. Hey, guys, y'all still going to pair up and start distilling in the spring? Yeah, dude. We're going to be making some shit. That's for sure. That is a promise.
Yeah, we got to get that Shine Shack going when you get here.
Yes, we do.
And I plan on running water back there. I'm looking at a 50-gallon water heater, so you have plenty of hot water.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm not planning on. I mean, I can put a 40, but I'm gonna try to get a 50. Put a 50 in there.
Yeah. Or even if we can get a broken ass water heater from somewhere that doesn't leak, we can get a 40 and then tie them together to where you'd have a water heater and then a storage tank. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How you doing, Jeremy Stewart? Scott Johnson says, forget the trays, Phil. Put down a bed sheet, put your corn on it, get your corn wet, put a bed sheet over the top of it, get the bed sheet wet, and let your corn malt that way. That way you can do a lot of it at one time.
Yep, and you can sleep on the floor.
Yeah. Howdy from ETX Piney Woods. What's up, Earl Wilkinson? March, April, Damon. I'll be moving in March and April. Into March, beginning of April. Pantry brandy, huh, Jim? What'd you do? Go through your pantry and just throw a bunch of shit together? I've done that before. That shit's fun. W. Stroggs is trying to get us drunk tonight. He said, ding, 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 ding. Looking W. Scroggs.
I sure hope he's drinking with us. He's trying to get
him and find out. First time running brandy through my column tonight, and it's doing just fine. Hell yeah! What kind of brandy you running, Michael? Whoa! I'm way behind. What the hell? Whereabouts? That's his neck of the woods. Jail sign says you. Jeremy Stewart says you and Ruth up in Maggie Valley already. Oh, I forgot they're doing the winter jam this weekend, aren't they? Or something like that. I forgot.
I'm not sure. Of course, I won't be going
David.
till I won't be there until summertime, July.
Yeah, we'll be there in July. Jim Ferris said he had 3 pounds of blueberries in the freezer, 4 pounds of assorted dry fruit, and 40 some odd pounds of peaches. Oh, hell yeah, dude. I would have thrown that shit together too. Michael Caputo, nice. So do you get any peach flavor coming from your column? Is it taste like peach?
How long is this column?
Yeah, how long is your column, Michael? What's up, Lisa Day? W. Scroggs says, damn right I'm drinking with y'all. Every time and then some.
There we go.
He said he's getting peaches from out of his column. So how big is your column, Michael? Does it have a D flag on it? How you running it? What's it look like? Talk to me. All right. I want to know. I want to know.
Are you insulating it?
Yeah. How you running it? What you got going? Oh, peach 6 plate. It's like 3 foot. Okay. Are you running a D flag on there or is it just plates? Jackson Alexander says, my initial plan has been to just use the oats alone for the grain with some sugar to get an idea for taste and understand with working with oats before. I go mixing anything with, I'm guessing it would be the best to use amylase to assist with starch conversion if I'm going to do just a straight oat mash. You're going to want to use amylase for any kind of grain, yeah.
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 Yeah. I mean, he's got that the oats has a lot of starch in them. They have a lot. So you may not even have to even add any cane sugar at all.
Right.
I would cook it off, and then I would put some amylase in it and let it run its cycle, and then check a specific gravity on it. Then you can always, if you don't like it, then heat you up some hot water, make a simple syrup, and then just start adding the simple syrup to it until you get your specific gravity where you want it. And in fact, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have a drum of simple syrup on hand already cooked off or melted, let's just say dissolved. And then you can always dip into it and start adding it to it. And with that being said, like sugars and stuff like that, if you worry about it, say you had a drum of simple syrup, and let's just say, I wouldn't really worry about it, but you can make some potassium sorbate solution and pour in it, and then it won't ferment, and you'll always have fresh simple syrup to bring up your specific gravity without raising any heat and all that kind of stuff to your mash.
Right. Michael Caputo says he's not running a D flag. So.
Okay.
Earl Wilkinson said he finally got my 27-gallon peach and 30-gallon of my corn all ran. Ended with 5-gallon 110 proof corn, 3-gallon of 80 proof peach, all shut down before the teens hit this week. Hell yeah, dude. Good job getting ahead of that shit.
Yep.
Scott Drake, you have stuff there that in Mexico that's not moonshine that we can't get here, so we should be drinking that. That's cool that you got a column with your D flag's not on and you're getting good flavor out of it. Nice job, Michael. Lisa says, hey, Dave. Drinking a 4-grain barrel-aged run on my custom copper still built by my buddy Adam Burgess. Hell yeah, Copper Still Co., dude. Fucking A, right? Love Still Builders. What's up, Fred Salmons? David Masters says he's going to be in Gatlinburg this weekend in Louisiana Moonshine Festival in a few weeks. Yeah, I wish I was closer, man. I'd be going too, for sure. Where'd our monkey in the bar go? Oh, there he is.
Oh, I'm messing with my corn over here, or my grains.
Oh, what? Just because we start talking about corn doesn't mean you can get all corny on us and stuff.
All right. I'm eagerly awaiting the mailman because I'm supposed to be getting my package from Damon.
Oh, you mean this package?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not worthy of one of them.
We'll
I'm,
get you one. Don't worry.
I'm getting one of those plus a shirt.
Oh, nice.
Oh, one of these?
No, the other one. The
Oh,
other shirt.
the Moonshine Militia.
Yeah.
Corn Star. That sucks if somebody stole your cap and thumper out of your storage shed, Michael. I'd be fucking. Go to the junkyard. They probably sold it for copper, to be honest. See if you can buy it back. I
If
would.
he's
Shit.
lucky.
Yeah.
Not unless if it's one of his so-called buddies that knows he makes moonshine and they want to make it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past them, you know.
Yeah, Phil, that shirt. Yeah, Damon says, Phil, that shirt is better. James has a better taste in clothes than you do. Ha ha.
Oh,
Ha. What's up, Tattoo Tatamono? Cheers, brother. Okay, with everything you guys have said so far about oats, does that concept apply when working with rice? Because I have about 8 pounds of flaked rice I also plan on using. I've never worked with rice, dude. Have you ever worked with rice, James?
No, but it's it will it'll still it's got a lot of starches in it. Like I said, anything white's got a starch in it. And to be honest, I mean, I really think I would run it through a mill and grind it up because you think about it that little rice kernel. I mean, if it's you're only going to get what's on the outside. I would run it and make a rice like a rice flour, get in there, crack it open, and get it from the inside as well. Because you can cook it on the outside all you want. You're only going to get what's on the outside. You're not going to get the full everything out of it. That little grain.
I would use rice with Quaker Oats and make a vodka out of it, or just straight rice and make a Japanese sake.
There you go. There you go. Richard Henderson says, "Good evening. I'm roasting a cherry stave at 400 degrees at 45 minutes and checking its odor. Heck yeah, dude. Make you some wood."
Yeah.
Well, W. Scroggs, if that package doesn't make it there by Wednesday, you might want to start getting worried because it's probably partying somewhere else. That's how it goes.
Make sure you give the right address.
Yeah, Damon's got my address.
Yeah, we know. He posted it all over OnlyFans.
Fred said, "Hey, did you get your package?" And I said, "Nope." Shit. I was like, oh, I was going, boy. I was going.
Yeah.
And I got down there, and it was still there on the neighbor's porch.
Well, it's over here on the West Coast right now. It's 20 minutes to 6, and the mailman is late. I haven't heard the mail truck all day.
Well, oh, that's crazy. See, I've heard of the yellow angel yeast, or the yellow angel yeast. Sorry, Scott. I've never heard of anybody using it with rice, but I know that it fucking tears some shit out of some grains, man. It eats that grain up like no other. What's up, Jason Acosta? Marcel says he did a rice rum, cooked the rice, converted it. Best rum that he's ever made so far. I'm gonna have to try it with rice one of these days. Yeah, no, I agree with you 100% on that one, Michael Caputo. The finer you grind stuff, the better you can convert it, the easier it is to work with. I think that the finer the grind, the better it is. But that's me.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll just have more sludge in the bottom. So when you start to siphon off of it. Just make sure you don't get down in it. And but yeah, I mean, in order to get to everything, you got to get to what's inside of it. And the only way I know to get into it is to either cook it up first and then run it through like some kind of a blender, emulsifier, or something like that, or take the dry grain and run it through a mill, a grinder.
Oh yeah.
And
hey Phil, you're not gonna get your mail today, fucker. It's Washington's birthday. It's a holiday.
President's Day.
Yep.
Okay, that explains it. So it'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah. JL Sign says rice, oats, and cracked corn, enzymes, nutrients, and data yeast. See, that sounds fucking delicious too. Damon said you can
Sounds
head
like
over to
a
his
vodka.
OnlyFans page. Well, kinda. Not quite. It's got corn in it though. And oats. Lisa says it's a holiday. That's why I said something. Well, if that package I sent you, Scroggs, is out there partying with a band, I want to know about it. So Jason Acosta said he shipped 2 bottles with UPS. Somebody took one of those bottles, put the other bottle in a different box, then delivered it to a location. Wow. Christopher Salmons, how's it going, buddy? We're good this evening. Thank you for joining us. Yep, it does make a mess in the bottom. You're right, Michael and Damon. You're very right. Yep, President's Day, buddy. Danny Boyd says, do not cook your rice. It will not make no liquor. I have rice liquor. I have made rice liquor before, but oh, Damon, it's coming, buddy. But it's still a grain. Rice is a grain, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
So you'd have to cook it to convert it, to be honest.
That's what I would say. I mean, you can get flavor from it, but I don't know if you'll get any sugars from it just by, if you don't cook it.
You cook it to convert the starch. Cook it and it turns the water to starch. Then you throw in your alpha amylase.
Yeah.
W. Scrog says, damn nerd, damn not, I think I swore Trump was wearing your damn shirt. No, that'd be some cool shit. Roy Collier says he's at work, but he's listening in. Okay, Satu Tatamono. He says, when doing rice liquor, if you're using amylase, you will need both alpha and beta amylase because rice starches has short and long starch molecules, and the alpha and beta will convert both molecules. And I don't grind my rice. I just cook it whole till it's basically falling into a mush. And while the rice is cooling down from the boiling test the temperature, wait to 155 degrees, then stir in the amylase and let it sit 90 minutes or until cool. That's what I was thinking too. It's a grain.
Does that when he's talking about adding those 2 different amylases, does that break them down even the grain even more?
They're using. We'll find out because they're using alpha and beta. So I've never used that stuff.
Yeah, I didn't know if that itself with the 2, if that was helping to dissolve it, basically break it apart.
Yeah, definitely. JL says fine grind on the rice. And then Richard Anderson says he's thinking about charring 2 sides of the stave. What do you all think? I think the smaller the pieces that you can get and char those, the faster you're going to age your liquor in them. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've told it once, probably more than once. How I do it is, I had a guy that was making furniture out of whiskey barrels. That's a good thing about being here in Kentucky. A lot of whiskey barrels and bourbon barrels. people make furniture and stuff out of them all the time. This guy had a dust collector on all of his saws, so when he was cutting, it was just sucking all the sawdust over. And so I got it from him, and then I would take it and put it on a cookie sheet in one of them little Tony's pizza ovens. I would put it on that cookie sheet, put it in there, and watch for the smoke to roll out, and just keep checking on it, and then I would take and move it around and till what I was looking for. I like to go to where I get more of the caramel and vanilla notes out of it. I don't like to go too dark and get into the chocolates and stuff like that.
Yeah. Statue says he still adds cane sugar as well with his rice mash. And I didn't know this about Philbilly, but Philbilly did a rice with Shanghai yeast balls. I'm going to have to look that one up. But I don't know. It is Philbilly. When they're talking about balls, I don't know if I want to look it up with Philbilly.
Did he drink his own you know what or something? I don't know. That dude's funny, man. I love, years ago when he first started out, I was, because like I said, I've been doing it so long that I watched a lot of videos, and there wasn't a lot of it out there back then, to be honest. And but when he came along, I said, man, this dude's funny. So I loved watching him.
Yeah, I love his videos, dude. Yeah.
Oh yeah. He seemed like a cool dude.
Yeah, he is very cool. I talk to him on the phone a lot. Well, not a lot, so much anymore, but yeah, it used to be almost every other day or so. But yeah, he's a cool dude. I love Philbilly.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll meet him at Maggie Valley, maybe.
Hopefully he comes to Maggie Valley. I haven't heard anything if he's coming or not yet. What's up, Wayne? So Earl Wilkins says, okay, guys, I wanted to make a grain, 5 to 10 gallon. My grains I have are 6 pound Blue Hopi, 1 pound 6-row malted barley, 10 pounds rye, 10 pounds 2-row malted chocolate malt, or 2-row barley chocolate malt. What would be a good build? Well, it depends on what you're trying to make there, Earl. I mean, are you trying to want a whiskey, or you want a malt, or what are you looking for to make? Like what's your favorite to drink? Really, is what I go off of. I like bourbon.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and like I said, a lot of times I will ferment in different barrels. One 55-gallon drum, nothing but corn. The next one's nothing but wheat, and the next one nothing but oats. And then you can, once it's all done, you can just bucket it out however much you want and mix with your and start using that mix. Kind of.
Sure,
yeah. So you can just take a bucket of the corn over, a half a bucket of wheat, and a half a bucket of oats, and there you go. There's 10 gallons. And you're. Of course, I always add a little bit more because I usually put about 13 gallon in a 15-gallon pot.
Right. Satu says he cooks his rice until it's soft. It will fall apart as you keep stirring it every day. Richard Henderson, if it's a solid stave, the 1 inch by 4 inch, I would toast all sides of it.
Yeah. Now, is he talking about toasting it like in the oven for a long period of time, or is he talking about charring it with a torch?
He was in the oven for like 45 minutes or so like that.
Okay. Yeah. Well, he can put it on a rack, that's off the like a cookie sheet with a rack on it that kind of holds it up, and that heat would get all around it and basically cook it all the way around.
Yeah. That's awesome, Satu. Just regular bread he uses in his rice. Jesse from Still and Clear did rice 3 different ways with Angel Yellow Label. At least I'm gonna have to look at that, check it out. Yep, we're talking about Phil. Yes, he is. 10 pound 6-row, huh? I've used straight barley before, like James was talking. I've had buckets of just different grains, 5-gallon bucket, 5-gallon bucket, 5-gallon bucket, and just mix and match, Run it, see if you like that. If you don't, change it up a little bit, run that, see if you like it, and if the only thing you're doing is making liquor, so it's not a bad thing. All right.
just make sure you write down what you done, because when you get something that you really like, you be like, now what the hell did I do?
Yeah.
I know we've all done it. We've all done it. So we come up with something and be like, now what did I do?
I got another good subject to talk about. What about flavorings using the thumper?
All right. So you want to, what do you want to know? Because me and James both have a little bit of experience in this one.
Like what can I or can't I put in the thumper? Like,
You put
can
anything
I
you want in a
add?
thumper.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what you're looking at for the end result. You know what I'm saying?
What are you wanting out of it? Is what I'm getting at. You wanting the flavor to carry over?
Yeah.
Ding, ding,
Okay.
ding.
How tall is your pipe coming out? Do you have like tri clamps on it?
Don't ask me. Ask Freed. He built it.
Okay, so the keg itself is going. It's got a little bit of an angle down to the thumper, right? But then the thumper comes off about 4 inches right over to the coil.
That's going to carry a lot of flavor over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good for carrying flavor over from your thumper. So whatever you put in there, it should carry over quite well.
Shit, next time you're running it, even if it's just one of those mashes you're fucking with or whatever, even if it's a crowbar, just throw you a jar of jelly or something in there and see if you can get the flavor to come through. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Well,
here's
I hold on a second. I'll show you what I'm thinking of.
let me grab something real quick.
Okay. Ding, ding, ding. Give me a minute, Scruggs.
Right here's a half gallon or of it's cocoa nibs and raisinets in 106 proof problem child.
So you're gonna see that's the best mash you should be fucking with your thumper flavoring with is the problem child. And that if you're looking for chocolate, those cocoa nibs and raisinets will probably be a good chocolate.
Yeah, well, by the cocoa nibs by themselves, I tried it myself. I didn't care for it. I've had other people try it. The cocoa nibs by themselves is not good. So I threw in some raisinets to get milk chocolate into it.
Ding, ding,
I'm
ding.
thinking I gotta pour another one.
Fucking slacker.
Actually, I'll pour a shot out of this because I haven't tasted it with the raisinets yet.
James, toasted for 400 degrees for 60 minutes now. That's what he was doing with his stave
Okay.
in the oven.
Yeah, that'll really get a lot of the caramelization of the wood. The longer just don't go too dark with it. I mean, of course, you each their own. If you're wanting chocolates and stuff like that, then go dark. But
Yeah.
back to what Phil was talking about. I mean, just go in the Mexican section and pick up something like this.
Yeah. Strawberry banana nectar, Phil.
Or I mean, it don't have to be this. I mean, I've got some mango over there.
I can get that at the dollar store.
There you go.
Okay. It's nectar and it's got all kind of flavor in it. Of course, this is the banana. Got strawberry banana and charge. We'll add some of that to it. But what I would do is in the put a little bit of your moonshine over in there with that, so you get the a little bit of alcohol in there, so you're not
Well, right now it's at 106 proof.
Okay.
Oh damn! You're gonna drink it? Yeah, it's actually not bad proof for your thumper, to be honest.
So yeah, I know you're not supposed to put over 80 proof in the keg, but how safe is it with a thumper?
your keg is
Well,
being heated by fire, okay? Your thumper is being
Right.
heated by steam. So it's not going to get so hot to where it reaches a volatile point to where it explodes, Phil, if that's what you're worried about.
That's what's the question.
Okay.
But I
All
also
right.
know that on the average run, I get at least a gallon or more in the thumper. The thumper gets about halfway to 2/3 full. So I'm thinking I can only put about maybe 1 quart at a time in it.
Well,
you know
that's
that.
why you have a drain valve on your thumper, Phil.
Yep.
Yeah.
When you
So
did
Go
you
ahead.
did you give him or turn him on to the idea of how you charge yours with the little dump valve and dump it in there? Did he see? Is he aware of that one?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
knows.
In fact, as soon as I have the money for it, I'm going to buy one.
Okay. Okay. Then make sure you kind of heat it up a little bit so you don't shock it.
Shock the
You know.
system. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's what Patrick. I think that's what Patrick done something similar to that. Shocked his system down there in Mexico, and wasn't getting anything out. You know, and then
Yeah,
we need to get him on. We ain't had him on in a while.
I know.
I haven't
No.
I haven't been seeing him a whole lot. I mean, he every now and then he'll send me something, but I guess he's pretty busy. I don't know.
Well, he's kind of on the down a little bit because with the tariffs, it's kind of fucking with their town that he's in right now. So
Uh-huh.
he's kind of trying to work
Well,
out, the shit that's going on there.
The
Right.
problem with me getting
I'll get him
that
on.
thumper infuser that like what Freight has,
Yep.
right, but right now I have to put my wallet on a strict diet if I'm going to make it to the thing in late July, Maggie Valley.
Oh,
Tell you
you're
that
coming to
fucking
Maggie
bootlegger to get
Valley?
off his
Hell
ass.
yeah.
I
Yes,
have to
he
put my
is.
wallet on a strict diet if I'm going to make it.
Well, make
Yeah,
sure.
well, you need
Make
to
sure.
tell that bootlegger he needs to start selling more liquor.
Well,
Yeah.
that too. In fact, him and I talked about it not last night, but night before last.
Let me answer some of these comments here, guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
Scott Johnson says he's drinking Bloody Butcher, chocolate malt, oats, and red wheat now, but I like the idea of doing each separately and then blending after. See that? Yeah, there we go. That's a good idea, Scott, what we were talking about. Richard Henderson says he is checking his oak stave as he goes, looking for the odor he's wanting from it. Hell yeah, dude. That's a good way to do it. Okay, so this one, if you use maple syrup, would you ferment it or add it as a flavor? I make a phenomenal maple brand or maple bourbon. And what I do is I use maple syrup in my corn mash or my bourbon mash to where I can bring up my SG to where I want it. And then I will inject maple syrup into my thumper as I'm running. And you can ask James how good that maple bourbon comes out.
Yep.
Pretty
Amazing.
fucking good.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, here's a question for you, James. Maybe we can both collaborate on this and give Jason Acosta an idea here. He says, how tall should I make a 2-inch copper column for a keg still?
What are you wanting out of it? That's the next thing. Are you wanting higher proof alcohol, or are you wanting flavor, more flavor? I be honest, about 3 foot carries over quite a bit of flavor. The taller you go with it, the less flavor you're going to have, but the higher proof, more pure alcohol you're going to get. Because
Right.
people with these bubble plates and everything, that's refluxing is what's going on. The same thing happens as the taller that column is, your impurities, if you would, which is your flavors. People
Yes.
call them, you call them whatever. They're impurities in the world of alcohol. And as that column goes taller and taller, those impurities get heavier and they start falling back into the pot. So you'll get higher, cleaner alcohol, less flavor. So
What's up,
you
Dale?
need to find out what you want, what you're wanting to taste. That what are you wanting to achieve?
Yeah,
As far
'cause
as
you can, like James said, you can get neutral spirits out of a column that's 6 feet or whatever, right?
yeah,
Or you
yeah.
can get, or you can get flavor out of a column that's 3 feet or less. You know what I'm saying?
My buddy from Italy, he said over in Italy that their column was 33 feet tall.
Damn.
Damn.
Yeah, 33 foot.
Did he
And
have
it
a
was good.
secondary? Did he have a secondary heating unit in the middle of his column to help that?
I don't know if it was just in the building, but it was it was at a distillery. So he kept telling me I gotta go 33 feet, and I said, no, that don't happen. I said I'm a hillbilly. We run cap steels. This is what we're gonna do. We're not gonna go. I don't want flavorless alcohol. I don't want vodka. I want people to taste the grains. And to me,
Yeah.
I think 120 proof carryover brings that flavor.
Yeah.
I mean, you get cleaner, 150, 160. It's cleaner, but you're losing some of the flavor. You're not losing it all. You're not losing it all. But
Right. Right.
I like when people take a drink, they say cornflakes. When they taste it, I taste cornflakes.
Right.
So
So
if that
Scott
answer,
Johnson said, yeah, hopefully we'll see if he answers back. Scott Johnson says he uses that same nectar to infuse with his rum.
Yep.
Yep, it's good stuff. I've used that same nectar to infuse my stuff with too. Roy Collier, yes, you can do that with apples. Most of the time when you're flavoring with apples and you're trying to do an injection system, you want to use the juice, not the apples, buddy. The juice has more flavor in it.
Yeah.
So.
And you can go to the and get the little frozen concentrates of apple, the natural concentrates. You can get that and use that. You'll get a lot more flavor out of it without adding too much liquid into your infuser or thumper.
So here's Roy Collier. What's up, Straight Jacket?
Hey, what's going on? I'm listening to you. I'm just at work right now. They're unloading my truck. So it's a little noisy. Let me move.
No, you're good. We can hear you just fine, buddy, right where you're at.
All
It
right.
sounds fine. I don't even hear no noise in the background. Of course, I can't hardly hear you.
I moved away from it. So what's going on? I could hear y'all talking on the road, but I couldn't get online.
You're all right. So you were asking about apples. Are you asking about infusing with apples?
Yeah. If I was making a bourbon, if I'm making a bourbon, and I have my mash all set up, and the wort is in the pot, could I add like applesauce into that, and then infuse more in the thumper?
Yeah,
you can.
Yeah,
you can definitely add.
Yeah.
Go ahead, James.
I mean, not the applesauce like Mott's or something like that. I'm talking about crushed apples.
Yeah. Just make sure you don't overfill it.
Yeah,
your thumb.
Right.
You're gonna, as they're cooking in your mash pot, it's gonna create. It's going.
Yeah, it's going. Your apples are really going to start really breaking down in the thumper itself. Yeah, it's freezing up. Somebody says, I don't know. It could be mine, but I don't know.
I don't know.
It's coming back now. There we go.
So
Sorry.
I wouldn't necessarily have to put any in the pot then, just in the thumper, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You'll get more of that apple out of your thumper than you will out of the keg or your still. Your still.
Right.
Yeah.
Y'all
Because
William Hawley says
that's the last place that the the alcohol and flavor is going to come from before it hits your condenser.
Right.
So
Right.
the closer you get it to your condenser, the better chance you're going to have of picking that flavor up. If you take it all the way to the very beginning, it's got to go through, the thumper and then over to it. That's kind of like the way, why I did the honey peach. I did a honey peach rum, and I made a honey mead, fermented it out, and then added a natural peach flavor to it, and then put that in my infuser / secondary still pot, whatever you want to call it. So that way it carried over. I mean, Damon can tell you, and Frade can tell you. Those are two that's on that can tell you that how well it carried over.
If I'm doing a 20-gallon mash with a 5-gallon thumper, how full would I fill that thumper?
Depends on how low your pipe goes down in the bottom.
So I just want it just to cover the bottom of that pipe.
Yeah.
Right after you get into your hearts or your heads or whatever, you want to take that first jar and start putting liquid in that. Oh, you don't have an infuser though, do you?
No, I don't have an infuser yet.
I would go 2 inches, 2.5 inches from the bottom.
Yeah. See, I'm waiting. I'm getting that still set up from Ace, from Tracy.
Yeah.
And so I'm just gathering notes.
Okay. If you can have somebody close by to put you a sight glass in the side of your thumper about where your pipe is going to be, you can always tell where the level is.
All right. Well, I believe that the thumper I'm getting from him has a sight glass in it.
That'd be cool.
Okay. Down low or up high, or I mean, what I'm saying is get down closer to where the pipe is. Say, like Frade said, about 2 inches above the bottom. So you'd probably want the bottom of the sight glass about 2 inches, and then up to about maybe 3 or 3.5, depending on how big of the sight glass. Then you can really know. When I done what I did, I was really taking a gamble. In my thumper, I was putting like 3-4 gallons in my thumper. But I was running a heating element. So I was basically running. I was running 2 still pots. It's kind of like we talk in the CB world. Like we have one linear kicking another linear in the ass and then carrying. So I had the still pot, and then I had the thumper. So it was 2 stills in a row, basically. This one fed into the other one, and then it went into the condenser.
Right.
So I was running 2 still pots at the same time, in line.
Hey James, Jason asked if you can show us the deer on your wall.
Yeah, I guess I could.
Jason's a hunter. Look at that deer. Yeah, there you go, Jason.
Oh, that's nice. I shoot them out my back door.
Right.
Of course, you saw my pew and had to black me out. So.
Now look at here. Come over to the other side. This is my first bird. My wife said, "You ain't gonna get that thing mounted, are you? If you get one," I said, "No." But then after I got it, the guy said, "You're gonna get that thing mounted, right?" And I said, "No." He said, "That's a double beard. You'll probably never get another one." Look at there.
Oh yeah, look at that double bearded turkey.
I'll be damned.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
So that was my first bird. Of course, it took me like 3 years to get my first bird. But after that, I've been.
That bird was probably stalking you.
Well,
yeah.
I was really lucky to get him, to be honest.
That's awesome. Andrew Martin said howdy.
Hello, Andrew.
Andrew Martin, the
I
banana
seen,
guru.
that banana. I seen you run that banana. Did you use any of that flavor I sent you?
Well, you know he did. You know he did.
I just wonder
I've
how
never
well
heard a
it's
girl
working
say
out.
that before, Lisa.
Think you're done?
Done.
And somebody, all right, y'all cut me out. I got to go.
All
See
right,
you, brother.
We'll
Be
see you
careful.
later.
I was going to tell him keep the shiny side up, but
Yeah.
dirty side down.
Lisa Day says nice announce.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Scott. We'll talk to him about that when he comes back on. He might not be able to hear us while he's driving, so he says he could cut the heat and shoot the thumper, add the apples to the fruit port after the heads come off. Since he doesn't have an infuser, yeah, I would get. We'll talk to him about that. Andrew Martin says, you know, he did. See, Andrew said he used it. What'd you think, Andrew? You like that stuff James sent you, or what? Do you notice a difference? Because if that brandy you sent me gets any better, dude, I might just have to make a trip to your house.
Yeah. Yeah. He's banana man.
Yep, he's a banana man.
Still listening.
Jason Bartolozzi. I think that's how you say it. Yeah, Jason Bartolozzi. Seen you on TV with your mohawk making whiskey on a fucking news show. Hell yeah, dude. Rock on, brother.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Metal moonshine, baby.
Yep. I love to see one of our own get up.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Earlier
You've
today,
never had a
I
banana
had
brandy? Damon, are you serious? I'm gonna have to hook you up with
earlier
Andrew
today
Martin.
I had a wild idea.
Good. Go ahead.
What
Phil.
if the Moonshiner show was to do a new series that's basically kind of like Master Distillers, but it goes state to state and have the all the moonshiners like me or you or anyone else representing their state, like it. All the guys here in Washington did that do moonshine, and we all have a competition.
You're talking about a state to state battle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone that does it in their state battle it out for who's the best in their state, and then when
I'm a one-man army.
and then when they do all 50 states or
it ain't gonna be long, Craig. You're gonna be here in Bourbon Capital.
I know, buddy. Hell yeah, Jason Acosta. I've heard of people doing that. Yeah.
And how long when they do all 50 states in a battle royale, as to who's the top moonshiner?
Huh? There we go. Hell yeah, Jason can talk to McGilla about what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Andrew Martin says he uses that flavor most of the time. He's also making apple pie. You're welcome, Jason Bartolozzi. Hell yeah. Moonshine metal, baby. Uh-oh. God damn it. Scroggs.
I know I'm not ready for Master Distillers, but if I'm not ready for Master Distillers, I would go up against each member in Washington that does it like me, or any other state.
Yeah. That's a pretty good idea, Phil.
What if I was the winner of Washington and Freyd's the winner of Wyoming? And then we have to face
only one motherfucker who makes There's only one motherfucker in Wyoming that I know of out of all the groups that I'm in, dude. So I'd win Wyoming no matter what I did.
Yeah, right.
Wouldn't
But
be fair
what
to
if you and I? What if you and I had to battle each other in the battle royale of who's the top moonshiner in the 50 states?
Break it up into divisions.
Well,
That's a good idea, Jason.
I don't. I know I wouldn't win it because here in Kentucky, there's a lot of moonshiners there in Kentucky.
Yeah,
Them
break
damn
it down
hillbillies.
like they do. Break it all down like they do the football games. Going to the what do they call that?
Yeah, in different divisions. You're right. Yeah, west, east, north, south, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I would
right,
kind of like to
Andrew? It's
see,
not fair.
I would like to see teams, say like in the master distiller or whatever, have teams, say two of the best or whatever. But let's just say buddies, don't matter where you're from. Let's say Frade when he gets here, and then we do our thing, and then we say, okay, we're ready to go up. That'd be the team go against another team, as long as we wouldn't fight, because they're always, and that's what's comical about making it. Somebody have an idea to go this direction. No, I think we should do this. You know what I mean? But as long as you mash together and you work together just like the mash does in the barrel, you're gonna come out. You're gonna come out good.
Yeah. Paper, rock, scissors.
What if the teams is the distiller and the still hand?
Well, they've had that on the distiller show before.
Yeah. You need to have two accomplished shiners to pair up to go against two other accomplished shiners. That's the only, because you got a just like when Popcorn and JB Raider, when they was doing their thing, it was mostly Popcorn,
Right.
But I hear, and I don't know this, I can't, by Donald Dyer, he said that Popcorn ran hard and fast. I don't know. He said JB Raider ran low and slow. I don't know. But just something like that. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to run people. You can take the same steel, just like you do on the moonshiners. Their equipment is the same. How they run that makes their alcohol come out different. Even if they supply them the mash bill and say, this is what you do. Here's your mash. Here's your identically stills. They're going to come out different because you're going to run it different. You're going to run it faster, hotter, or whatever.
Lower, yeah, definitely.
You're
right, Jason. He says there's no certain way, so we're all masters in our own rights.
Yep.
We are the next generation of Popcorn.
Huh. I like that idea, but nobody was ever going to be able to master what Popcorn did.
Right.
Yeah, you're right, Andrew. Me and James would make a good team. Jason Bartoloni or Losey said, "Yes, sir. I'm gonna have to get you on my show one of these days, Jason." Scott Johnson says a lot of shiners near me. Phil, Big Easy, Rigsby, Spisak, etc. That'd be a tough competition. It would be tough competition, but I'd be all about it. I'm just saying. Let's do it.
Yeah, there's some badass shiners out there that that people ain't even heard of. Like I said, as long as I've been doing it, and people's only really heard of me in the last 8 months, because I didn't come out. I didn't come out. I didn't. You know, when you asked me to come on and be a part of this, I'm like, shit. I don't know if I want to come out. You know, I still run the back streets. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm glad you did. You're very
there's a lot.
knowledgeable, and we've all got to learn from you some way or another so far. Yeah. What's up, Dan Gray? So yeah, I know, and I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you're cracking
I'm out of
corn.
beer.
Oh, quit your crying! You're in a fucking bar.
Yeah, but I'm out of
What up,
beer.
Dan Gray? Yeah, I know, Jason Acosta. There are a lot of shiners still on down low.
Yep.
What's up? What's up, James? What were you thinking?
No, I was just thinking, you know, the same thing what he just said. A lot of us on the, you know, that's down, and that's what I said. There's some badass shiners out there that just never has come out and said, you don't even know they was a shiner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They have ways of getting rid of it, and you know, but some of us can't keep our mouth shut and say, hey man, I make shine. You know, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Andrew Martin says, "Is it shot time yet?"
Uh,
they
well,
trying
we
to get us
just did.
drunk.
Yeah, it's a work night.
Yeah, go ahead,
shit,
Andrew.
It's Monday night.
Yeah, I got to work tomorrow.
I got to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays. Look at this hat.
I work right here.
Oh, that's
My
badass.
commute is
Where'd you
about
get
one
that,
side of-
James? Fucker, you're always coming up to good shit.
My son-in-law made it for me. That's you remember, you know what, you know, if I make my distillery, that's going to be the name of it.
Yeah, yeah, Sleepy Hollow. Yeah, badass. Yeah, you're right, Earl.
Already working on the trademark on it.
Sweet. Yeah, I go buy sugar. Well, I don't anymore. I actually have a buddy that owns a bakery now, so I get my sugar and shit from him.
I basically work at a large bakery. We make everything that goes to the bakery.
Yeah, I know. So I'm vicariously getting stuff from your store, your company, and didn't even know about it. Remember when I showed you that raspberry filling bucket and it said Dawn on it? You're like, hey, I work there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Scott
and
Johnson
you know,
says, Go ahead, James.
You know, when I used to run the cooler and freezer, that's what I done was pulled fruit for the production, and a lot of times they end up cutting batches. And I've told the guy that's upstairs now that when something is thawed out and we cut the batch, so when you get here, you're gonna have to be ready, because I'm liable to bring you probably, you know, 1,200 pounds of strawberries.
I'll be ready.
You better be ready.
I'll be ready.
Or
bro.
peaches.
I'll be ready. No worries.
Or blackberries. You know, blueberries, apples.
Yeah. I'll be ready, bro.
You know.
Hell
but
yeah,
right now, I mean, like I said, I don't have nowhere to take it, but I know they did say something the other day. Said, when's the last time we calibrated our corn syrup scales and valves, you know, our fillers, you know, and they said that's good. They're going to have to do it. So I'm probably going to be getting a whole bunch more corn syrup.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
I think the last time I got like 1,000 pounds of corn syrup.
Jason Bartolozzi says he was looking for an extra role in Pittsburgh for bearded men as an extra. Lots of laughs. And Master Distillers was the next ad, so I figured I would give it a shot. Oh yeah, dude, that's awesome, Jason. Andrew says he hopes you have success, brother. So I think that success is how you live life, you know, because you gotta. And I heard Tracy Arvin say this the other night on a show that he had his name out there and everybody knew who he was before he started his label and his liquor. So everybody was like, "No, you did it backwards. You did it backwards." He's like, "Well, how do you figure it? People need to know who you are before you get your liquor on the street, right?" And I think that that's part of the key to success is people need to know who you are before you start, you know, putting in bottles out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. I order a lot of shit from Amazon too, Dan Gray. Schoolhouse Farms, yes, sir. That's right. 1,200-pound chubby. Fucking Jason. Yeah, 1,200-pound chubby, baby. That's right. He's talking about the fruit.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Dan. We'll see you in a minute, buddy. That's funny, Jason. All right. Dan Gray says, yeah, he's talking to Jason. Scott Drake says, how big of a steal you two going to run? Well, Scott, that's a secret for right now, but that will be coming out soon. Go ahead, James.
just for the home distillation, I'm working on a 60-gallon.
Yeah. Yeah. So, got to make lots of liquor.
Randy just got a 60-gallon a few months ago.
He actually just got done running a black blueberry brandy out of his 60-gallon a couple days ago, and it came out phenomenal, he said. And he was asking me about why is it so different between the North Georgia and his 60, and I said, because your North Georgia has a thumper. Your 60 is running a 5-pipe shotgun with the center pipe being 1 inch and the outside 4 being 3/4. So it's going directly from his boiler up into his cap and right through the condenser. So all that flavor is coming with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just as we were saying, you know, and I believe it just got a cap on it, don't it? A cap with an arm going with the his condenser. So that's old traditional moonshine still. That's where all your corn and brandies and all your fruit flavors will carry over. The higher, more refluxing you get, you're stripping flavors out. Actually, you know, you are, but you ain't. You know, it's just a lot cleaner, so you get less of it. Impurities. Let's just say that.
Right.
With a pot still, you're getting impurities, which is flavor.
Yes, sir. I agree with that.
You know, you hate to call flavor an impurity. Impurity to me sounds like something unwanted, but to me, I want. If I'm making peach, I want that. I want it to. If I'm making corn, I want it to taste like corn.
Yeah.
We need to make a corn and peach together.
Yes, I agree. Sorry, Dan Gray. Farm to Bottle this year, everybody, is free. Check it out. Go to the Facebook page, Farm to Bottle Facebook page. There's your info. You can get it there.
Okay.
Yep, Scott Johnson, the big, as big as a still as it takes. That's right, buddy. And then Jason Bartolozzi. So yeah, it's kind of like a line arm. It's just an arm coming right off the cap, Jason, and it's got a shotgun, a 5-pack, a pipe shotgun on it. So I guess you could kind of call it a line arm. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
His line arm is the condenser.
Yes.
So
yeah, because it goes directly from the cap to the condenser or to the shotgun. So yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, what I see
on camera.
What, James?
I'm going on and off camera just because I'm working at the same time.
Okay.
Okay. He's going to poop.
No,
his line arm.
I'm getting my wine press.
I'm messing
I'm
with you,
pressing my
Phil.
wine grain.
Okay, I'm just messing with you. But don't his line arm on an angle?
Yeah. What's up,
And it
Randy?
is
Yeah, it's on an angle. It's 45
yeah.
degrees coming off the cap.
Anything once it goes over the point of no return of that cap, it's going down. So that's why that flavor's coming down, because it just goes up so far, turns, and the flavor just shoots down the down into the condenser.
So Dan Gray is asking me how I got apple pie flavor through the apple rum that I ran the other day. I'm telling you, Dan, I used 3 full apple pies, 3 pounds of cane sugar, and 3 gallons of water. That's all I did. It came out apple pie all by itself. That's all I did, bro. I didn't use a thumper. I just ran it from my boiler right into my worm. So, Hydro Man, Hydrographics, what's up, brother?
What's up, Hydro?
Man, shit happens. That's funny. Dan Gray, he says, I'm getting ready to run some honey crisp apple, Argentina orange, and want to make it taste like apple pie coming out of the worm. I haven't figured that part out yet, Dan. But I only did the apple pie in the fermenter to see if it would work, to see if I could get it to ferment. And I did.
Is he fermenting the oranges, or is he just using it for the flavor profile?
We'll find out here in a minute now that you asked that question, because he will answer us.
Yeah.
Jason Acosta says, hey, Randy. Jim Parker says, what's up, moonshiner Jim Parker? Ford Chef Luke Bogan, what's going on, buddy? He's probably knows some good stuff to forage for and make liquor out of. Oh, here we go. Roy Warner says he's done making that apple banana batch today and yesterday. Made 4-gen sour mash with rye 2-row. Hell yeah. Oh, Argentina orange is the corn.
Oh, okay. When he said the orange, I was like, is he using citrus? You know, I was, tell me how.
Yeah, definitely. So Randy said he just had a few left over. Teammates left for the day. I'm running the last batch of blueberries. Hello, Randy. Hello, everybody. He said. My computer's frozen. There we go.
Yeah, I heard somebody's cutting out.
He says, what's up? Sipping on my cranberry liquor. I keep it in my personal stock. So good. Sorry, James. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good.
Go ahead.
I don't really.
Okay.
I forgot where I was going. I was trying to read and.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to read them, but my fucking computer keeps freezing. So Satu Tatamono says, what's up? Sipping on my cranberry liquor. I keep it in my personal stock. It is so good. Jim Parker says you can ferment oranges. Yeah, we were just wondering what Argentina oranges were, if he was corn or if it was fruit.
Yeah. Back in around Thanksgiving, I did do some post flavoring cranberry pie. I got some cranberry sauce and I got the cloves and brown sugar, and boy, and I made it. It really wasn't bad, but trying to get somebody else to drink it, they're like, no, I don't like cranberries. Like, okay. Turned out.
That's funny.
Yeah. Man, I tell you, I've done all kind of stuff. I went and got the Gerber baby food, the banana, and just different things like that, and done stuff with that. I mean, get that Gerber. That Gerber's got some good stuff in it.
Yeah. Hydroman says, "Good to hear y'all, Mr. James. Hope you rested up from overtime. What's mashing y'all's way?" He says.
Well, my mashing is just nothing but mashing my fingers. I'm still working. That and it's really cold here.
Yeah, that's what I hear. You guys are colder than we are, aren't you? Like what, 20s?
Well, and next few days or so, we're going to be down to single digits.
Damn.
Yeah. We got snow coming tomorrow, starting tomorrow night on into Wednesday. And then it's supposed to drop down into single digits, like 7 and 8 degrees for like 3 or 4 days in a row.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Dan Gray said that he made some orange pineapple raisin lately that turned out great. Bad Santa and Damon tried it, gave him a good review. That's cool, Dan. I was watching you making it. Satu Tatamono says that he had hated cranberries forever, but as a liquor, it's good.
Yeah, like I said, it turned out good, but I just getting somebody else to try it. It's like they wasn't having it. I may as well just gave them a asparagus or Damon ain't gonna like this one, okra.
Yeah, that's funny. Hell yeah, Earl. He said he had to go get him a jar of apple pie. So Hydroman Hydrographic says, I mix my blueberry with white chocolate, Ghirardelli, white chocolate premium sauce with real cocoa beans, coffee creamer. I added caramel and left it maturating outside for 3 days. Oh my God, kind of like a liqueur, a little too thick for my taste, but man, you taste the blueberry taste, the white chocolate, and the alcohol in the middle. That's pretty cool, Randy. Sounds yummy. Go get you a drink, Damon. Shit.
Now, have any of you all made any Irish cream?
See, I was wondering about that.
Yeah, I've made it before, but it's been so long. I did that and made my version of the Kahlua. I took instant coffee and some creamer, and it turned out pretty good.
That's cool.
I have to go back and look at what I did. Like I said, if you don't write this stuff down, you'll forget it over time, because you know what? It won't be long.
Yeah, it won't be long now.
Now.
That's right. That's cool, Jim Parker. He did an orange a couple years ago, he said. Shit never stops, Damon. You're right. I love cranberries. Think, James, I'm going to have to make a batch of cranberries. He says, thanks, James. Now I'm going to have to make a batch of cranberries. Yeah, I like cranberries too.
Yeah, but I just used the can of cranberry sauce. I didn't go through the whole cranberries and doing that. It would be a lot better to use whole cranberries and cook them down, I think. But
yeah, I think so too.
Because I don't know what else they put in the cranberry sauce, and maybe they just don't. Maybe they just gelatinize it and that's it. I mean, I don't know. I didn't read the ingredients, but sorry, Damon, I didn't mean. I didn't mean to bring up the okra. I'm sorry, brother. But he did. But he does know. He said it's probably good. It's just a mental thing, and and that's a lot of us. That's just like trying the cranberry. It's just a mental thing. I don't like
Yeah.
it, so mentally, I'm not going to try it.
Right. Yeah.
But here's my whole deal on all this kind of stuff is if you don't like something, have you ever tried it? Nope. Always try it. If you don't like it, you can spit it out. The worst thing that I would fear the most is ending up in a nursing home and they bring me something and start feeding it to me, and I love it. And I say, what is this? And they tell me what it is. And all my life, I never would try it because I didn't like it. And it's the greatest thing ever. And I'm on my way out. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll just find out that it was great and I missed it. Try it, spit it out. And just because somebody gives you something and you didn't like it, maybe they were just a bad cook. Don't try it from somebody else.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, Randy, we'll see you soon, buddy. I know you're taking care of family and stuff.
Yeah. See you, brother.
Yeah. Tattoo Tatamono is talking about he getting snow too in single digits.
Okay.
Good evening, Brad.
Where's he at?
All right. Where's Satu? I don't remember where Satu Tatamono is. Dan Gray says, here's a real question. I had some orange cream post-flavored and some peaches and cream post-flavored, and it's not very good. Can I reclaim the alcohol during a run since it's a cream? I've never actually ran a sipping liquor or cream liquor through a still before, but I don't see why you couldn't just strip out the cream and keep the liquor. Now that it's macerated, it might even have some of that flavor in it. You know what I mean? That would be my thought on it, to be honest.
How much of it does he have? I mean, does he got like just a couple of jars or?
Yeah. How much do you have, Dan?
That's just it. I mean, you can, I mean, if you got just a little bit, it's always good to have one of those little air stills that you can, make sure that you're, just run it through there. Just don't overfill it because with that cream in it, you're going to get a lot of puking if you get too much, because I think that cream's going to want to try to come up there and get out the cap or the air steel if it's what you got. But if you only got and like the air steels, they're good for a gallon. That's what they are, a gallon size. So if you had 4 quarts of it and you don't like it the way it is now, I mean, run it through it. If you lose it, you don't like it. That's just it.
Yeah.
You don't like it. You don't like it.
Here's another question from Hydro Man. He says, how much coffee beans would you add to a quart of XXX percent or ratio? Leave it for days if added to my chocolate covered cherries. Now I made sake with blueberries as well. I'm also adding 1 cup of frozen blueberries in a jar of 110. That's cool, Randy. I don't know how much coffee beans. How much coffee beans would you put in a jar of liquor, James?
Well, in a jar. Now, is he just going to put the whole bean, or is he going to grind it?
He said coffee beans, so I would think it would be a whole bean.
Well, and the whole bean, you're not going to get as much coffee out of it as if you would if you ground it, just like we was talking about the rice and everything else.
Yeah.
So if you're putting whole beans in it, and you're going to have to pull them out. You can put like in a jar, I don't know, maybe put 15 of them in it and shake it around, but keep an eye on it. If it gets to be where you're liking it, then because the alcohol will pull it out. It'll pull the coffee out, but it ain't going to go all the way in. You just may have to be aging, because what you're doing is aging it in coffee bean. You're just like you would wood chips. Right. So, and you can over oak your bourbons and whatnot with the woods. If you leave it in there too long, same thing with the coffee bean. Just regulate it, see where you're at, taste it, and you say, "Oh, this is it." pull the beans out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I agree with that. I would agree with that. He says, Roy Wonder says, don't be a pussy. Always try things, Dan Gray. Randy says, true, the 50 gallons of blueberry has got me eating like crazy today. Lots of laughs. Or is it the munchies? It's probably the munchies. Satu's in Michigan, Randy. Or James, sorry.
Okay, Michigan.
Go turn the heat on, Damon. Dan Gray says he has about 2 gallons of that sipping cream. So
Right. Now what you could do is whatever your still pot is. Let's say you had a 5-gallon still pot. Dump that 2 gallons in there, and maybe put 2 gallons of nice clean spring water if you get it. Or like I said, I'm in the city, so I have to run a whole house taste and odor charcoal filter, because you get that bleach and all that fluoride and crap they put in. I had to strip it all out. But what I'm saying is, if you've got a 5-gallon still, put the 2 gallons you got in there, and put maybe 2 gallons of water in with it, and then run it. Just don't get it too full. Leave plenty of head space for the cream to stay behind and not bubble up and jump up into your cap and out.
Yeah.
Or column.
Or you guys in Nebraska can keep that negative -5-degree weather. I'm sitting at nice 28.
Yeah.
And you have a 5-gallon thumper, Dan. Why don't you just use your thumper as your boiler, buddy? Do you have a cap you can cap off the fucking incoming line from the other still and use your thumper as the boiler? Make a smaller thumper or a smaller still. 5 gallon, you'd be able to run 2 gallon out of a 5-gallon thumper or a 5-gallon still with no problem. So, well, probably want to add a gallon of water to it or so, but
yeah, and that's like I was saying, that what I made the inline thumper / infuser / standalone still pot. I could run it on something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the whole reason
damn,
why.
W. Frogs. It's Monday, Wade.
Yeah.
I had to put
I'm
my
just glad
copper
to
down.
see-
I couldn't cut a complete circle. Yeah.
Okay, Bob.
Here's to you, Wade. And all the other viewers. You're welcome, Randy.
Oh, I got
No,
my
he's right
grains in
there.
the wine press. And I'm pressing out the grains and getting more juice out of it.
Is that what that fucking noise is?
Yeah.
Does he have one of those like fruit presses where he's
Yeah.
turning it? Is that what he's
Yeah.
got?
Yeah.
Does he put it like in
Yeah.
a cheesecloth or like a pillowcase and squeeze it, or what are you doing? Like a
It does have a grain
Yeah, like a
bag
mash
or
ball.
mesh bag.
okay.
Yeah. To keep
cold. Here's
the smaller stuff from going through the wood splat. Hold on, I'll
Right.
turn the camera so you can see. Here, see?
Okay.
Yeah, that's an actual wine press.
Yep.
What's up, Renee?
Yeah.
Sweet Tooth Memories, Renee Blastone Blakely. Yeah, it does sound like he's pissing with a bad prostate, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right.
Now, Bill, how did you get that out of your mash barrel?
Audio's going bad. What happened to your audio?
He
we're here.
said Can you hear us, Phil?
How did you get? Can you hear us, Phil?
Yeah, audio out for a while, but now I can hear Fred.
Can you hear me?
Audio's cutting out on both of you guys. Well, I just heard you. Now Fred's audio's gone back.
Hey, Phil.
No, I'm not riding a horse at the moment. Yeah.
All right. So Dan Gray said he could run a 5-gallon
Are you
still.
just messing with me now?
Yes. 6 seconds. Anyway, Dan Gray, he said he can use his 5-gallon thump.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I told you. Anyway, he says he has about 200 partial bottles of liquor from all the tasting events he did last summer. He needs to eliminate some bottles. Can he just dump all them shines, gins, tequilas, and bourbons in a still and strip it? Or would it taste nasty? Well, you definitely don't want to do that if over 80 proof or whatever, but you can definitely strip the flavor out of it if you have a column, right, James? I mean,
Yep.
5-gallon press. Yeah, I need to get me one too, Randy.
Is he not liking the way they're tasting separately, and he just wants to dump them all together? Or
He's just trying to get rid of bottles. So what he's thinking is he can just put them all in a still and run it and make one liquor instead of having like 50 of them.
right. Yeah, just get it down below 40%, 80 proof, and use some good clean water to get it down there, and run it low and slow. Or if you have a reflux tall column, you can strip everything out. I'm not sure what it would taste like with, and it may be great to just run it through a cap still.
Yeah.
Everybody's all the different flavors profiles that everybody's put into those bottles, and you just mash them together. You might come up with something really awesome.
Yeah.
But you'll never be able to duplicate it.
Yeah, you'll never be able to duplicate it. Jungle juice,
Yep.
baby. That's what Renee Blystone Blakely said. Jungle juice. Hey, that's another good one for candy, Renee. We should come up with a jungle juice candy. Dan Gray says he just needs to downsize. I have no room in my man cave to even sit because I have over 650 bottles of liquor in there. God damn, Dan.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different
Yeah,
shine that you've been tasting.
Yeah. I mean, that's bad when you can't even sit down without sitting on a bottle.
Yeah. That's for sure. Hopefully it's not sitting next to a bottle of lube. I muted your old ass, Phil. You're fucking noisy. Oh, damn, Dan. He says that's not even an exaggeration. That's literally 600 and some odd bottles. That's crazy, dude.
It's a lot of alcohol.
Yeah.
Tell you what I would do. I would run it, and I would put it in a barrel. I would put it in a barrel and age it.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, run all of it, and then just put it in a barrel instead of all these empty bottles. You put it in a barrel, and then you got your own bourbon. Well, whiskey. Let's just call it that, because you technically can't call it bourbon.
Yeah.
Unless
All right, Dan Gray. You can post them on my wall. Roy Warner says he does that all the time, mixing up low proof brandies and grains. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Put that shit in a barrel. Called a collaboration whiskey. Nice, Satu. I'm coming over. He says he's cooking some honey barbecue chicken tonight. Yum, yum. Oh yeah. Yeah, put it in a barrel, Dan Gray. I think that you can. Phil Billy might have barrels on his website. If not, redheadedbarrels.com or Rocky Mountain Barrels Works. They're good barrels. He's
And
in
that's the good
Michigan.
thing about it. Here in Kentucky, we've got barrels everywhere. I mean, you can just get on Marketplace and just drive just down the street and get a barrel.
Yeah.
And I literally live less than 2 miles from a cooperage.
Yeah, where they make barrels. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, by the way crow fly, it's probably a mile, if that.
Right. Yeah. Randy says he's got 8 gallons of drinkable blueberry so far. He hopes to get 7 to 8 more tonight off this 50-gallon of true black blueberry brandy. Hell yeah. What's up, Wesley Sandlin?
It's cool watching Randy's 5 condenser thing dripping in there.
Yeah, dude.
It's freaking cool. It reminds me of some kind of like a boiler or something. What it reminds me of.
Yeah. Hell yeah, Wesley. He says he might know where to get a barrel. Misfit liquor is what Roy Werner calls his liquor when he puts it in a barrel. It's called Misfit liquor. Rocky Mountain Moonshine. What's up, buddy? Phil. Making everybody want to go pee in the fucking comments, Phil. Anywho. So he's straining mash right now. That's what he's doing with his wine press. So you were making a mash the other day. I seen you posted a video, James.
No, that was an older video. I was just showing how some of the way I've done things. If that would help people with the different things that because I'm doing all kind of crazy stuff, and with boat motors and all kind of shit.
Yeah, so, I know you are. Yeah. What's up, Eric?
So I'll occasionally post something like that that gives somebody ideas. And one fella, I'm sorry if I forgot your name, but he said that beats the hell out of a drill and a paddle and a drill and or your arm or whatever. And then he was asking about, and I should have got out there and tried to see what thrust those trolling motors, but they're so old. They're probably from the late 50s, early 60s. They're old trolling motors, with aluminum props on them, and so. Yeah. But I think one of them does have a thrust, But he was talking, So I'll occasionally put ideas to if it helps other people, because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. People, especially these people are doing this. Cooking that stuff down, and the way I did that, showed me dumping that corn over in what I done is I got the rolling boil. And I put that cracked corn to it, and I turned that boat motor on. Well, I let it run and let it cook for just a little bit because it'll scorch on you, and then I killed that fire, and then because it was so hot, just let it turn over, and then I just scooped it over in with the other grains. I did all the grains separate because it's only a 15-gallon cook pot, and you can't put a whole lot of corn in it at a time because it'll thicken up so much on you. So you have to cook several batches of it. It takes a while for that water to get hot enough to do it. That's what I'm saying. People don't realize how much work that this stuff really takes. You have to love it to be able to do it.
Yeah, you're damn right on that.
Yeah, many hours that you actually put into it. You're going and getting the grains, you're bringing them home, and you're prepping, and you're cooking, and you're dumping them in, and then sitting down to run it after it's done. You're 6 hours on a run. And then people say, then they want to take and pour Coca-Cola in it or something. Like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Go,
Yeah.
Go,
Yeah. Right.
Go liquor store and buy the cheap shit. And there's nothing wrong with Evan Williams, but I tell them, go get some Evan Williams.
Yeah.
Pour your Coke syrup in it.
Yeah.
Don't pour it in mine. I put too much
Hold
work
on,
into
Phil.
it.
I got you muted, Phil. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
We hear you now.
seriously multitasking tonight. I'm working the grains, watching the live, and I just gave my son instructions on teaching him how to cook.
What's he cooking?
Tonight is steaks, mashed potatoes,
Nice.
and veggie.
Nice. Renee Blystone Blakely, she says, we are looking for making custom candies from distilleries, breweries, wineries, etc. Send them my way. You got it, Renee. I'll send them your way. Sweet Tooth Memories is the candy she makes. She makes liquor infused candy. So, well,
I've
makes the
seen
candy taste like the
people
liquor you
talk
send
about
her. Yeah.
I keep telling all my friends and family and everybody else, give me a candy and I'll turn it into alcohol.
Well, we're talking about backwards, Phil. We're talking about taking alcohol and making it into candy.
Ha ha ha.
All right, Jackson Alexander says, just a thought, but has anybody ever thought about fermenting a mash in a copper barrel? Would it be worth it? What would be the pros and cons of fermenting in a copper barrel? Well, your mash gets very, very acidic. I would think that it would cause corrosion inside of the copper. What would you think, James?
Yeah. I don't think I would. I don't think I would want to. I mean, stainless steel probably, but copper. Why would you? I mean, like I said, it may green up on you. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd want to take that chance.
I mean, you can do it in a small vessel maybe and check and see if their copper sulfides show up or whatnot. That way you're not ruining a batch of liquor.
Yeah, because and when you run a steel, especially like copper or like your mesh inside of the column, and when you're done running, that shit's black, man. It's you have to clean it. It'll pull that stuff out. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you have a either plastic barrel or stainless or glass or possibly even a wood barrel? Like if you have a whiskey barrel, firm mash in a barrel, and I wouldn't even worry about the the charcoal on the sides. Just leave it in there. Don't even worry about it, and mash in a whiskey barrel.
Yeah. Damn, Scruggs.
But it's
I'm going to work tomorrow, so I probably won't be drinking anymore tonight. Fucker.
Yeah, and it ain't gonna be long. I'm gonna be jumping off here. It's already 10 o'clock and 4 a.m. comes early.
Yes, sir. I understand that.
Yeah.
I'll probably actually be getting
on the West Coast.
Yeah, good for you. You're in the past, Phil. Catch up, baby tomato.
Yeah. Remember this, Phil.
Time travel.
Where you're going, I was already there.
That's funny.
Phil, you're stepping in my shit.
Everywhere I go, there I am.
That shit you stepped in, I did it 4 hours ago.
Yep. Jeff Gospel. Okay, so it all depends on how fast you're running it, brother. Like if you can run a 15-gallon keg still in 4 or 5 hours if you run it hot.
Yeah.
But
And
usually,
you know, if you're running if you're going to run a stripping run, which I don't, you can run it hard and fast. I wouldn't want to call that drinking liquor. That's the shit that's going to make you start a fight with grandma. You know, rip the screen door off and then cuss grandma out. You know, that's
hold on, Jeff.
burn right here. Burn.
Yeah, baby.
I'm all alone. Look there, I'm all by myself.
I'm here. I'm just working off camera.
I know you are. I'm just being silly.
I'll try, Randy. I'll try. Good night, Renee. Yeah, you ferment in stainless steel, food grade plastic barrel. I ferment out of it. Yeah, us too. We're food grade plastic or stainless all the way. So
Yeah.
There you go, Jeff.
You know those food grade blue plastic barrels, you can get them, $35, and they got a nice lid with a locking ring on it. That's for the most case, that's what I use. Depending on where I'm at, if I'm in inside of a house that I was doing it in, and I don't have to, worry about ants and stuff like that, I just leave that lid off. But for the most case, I'll just put the lid on and just put the ring around, and not latch it all the way so that the gases can escape, but yet keep the ants out.
Yeah.
Because they will that and the bees, man. When you pull that lid off, them bees, man, they want to get drunk.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I got a bad problem with bees anytime I'm doing my apple season. Like from the grinder to the wine press to make hard apple cider. Yeah. I get a ton of bees.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that question means. So what about at 6 hours to run that from the the boiler to the condenser? Shouldn't take no 6 hours to run anything from a boiler to a condenser. No, not at all. A couple hours, even if it's a couple 100 gallons, really. All depends on how you heat it, I guess.
Yeah.
Here, James.
Hey, there he is. What's up, brother?
How y'all doing?
I was asking about you.
You were asking about me. Why would you ask about me? I always ask about you and your knowledge.
Well,
you're the expert in all this, not me.
I haven't seen you in a while, and I told him, I said, he send me something in Messenger every now and then, and I send him something back, but it seems like it's been a while since you've been on here to hang out.
Oh yeah, I mean, I rather come on back on the scene here in a couple of days, and I guess kind of end up being a spokesperson and a voice and lighting up the moonshine community. And that's just the way it goes.
Did, dude.
One of the last times I'd heard that you was thinking about shutting the distillery down for a little bit. Are you still running, or what do you got going?
No, so it's like we're focused more on the distillery itself, just being finished out and built, and then going, commercial with that. So as far as like the production goes, production is slowed down, obviously, because that's just where our focus is. And then, depending on what happens between the United States and Mexico, like we'll figure it out at that point. Yeah. But everything is up in the air right now as far as like the tariffs and shit go, because Mexico has formed an agreement with Trump as far as like sending more troops down to the border, so on and so forth, for them to eliminate those 25% tariffs, just like what they did with Canada. So we'll see how this next month goes, and we'll just progress the best way that we can.
Well, I mean, the good thing about this is you're not really relying on anything from the U.S. because you're using locally, and you're not. I mean, how much are you shipping product to the U.S. or any?
None whatsoever.
Okay, so
but a lot of it, the only thing that takes effect is the prices of any type of farming that goes on, because so much product is delivered to the United States. So if the United States put those tariffs on Mexico at 25%, then obviously the product is going to increase for the people here.
Right.
But that has not taken place yet. Everything still remains, stagnant. But as I said, within a month, we're going to understand like what happens and where things are going to go. But I mean, the distillery itself isn't probably going to be done for another couple months. So there's enough time to make sure that we stay on the right track and we move forward in the right way.
Okay. Are you still have your distillery there at your home, don't you?
No, so we're building a distillery, bar, and restaurant in the town.
Okay. So did you take all your
am I doing the distilling out of my house right now? Yeah. But as far as the commercial production goes, it will be out of the distillery in the town.
Okay. And you're taking a lot of this like your equipment, you're getting the same steel from the same people that you got them from.
Absolutely. Never change.
Okay.
James, me. I stay loyal to my people 100%. That does not change.
That is correct. But one good thing about what you've learned at home distilling, like a lot of this stuff that, with the condensing the water, chilling everything down, insulating, things that you learn, you can take it over there and be successful right from the start because 100%. You've already done it at home.
Yeah.
So that's
I couldn't have done that without you and Frade both. With both y'all's knowledge, you two right there are literally my Golden Gate key keepers.
Save a little flowers for yourself.
Don't be modest. Don't be modest, James. Stop it.
You're doing it, man.
Take credit where credit is due, my friend, because you deserve every bit of it. And that's the same with Frade. That's the same with Randy. That's the same with everybody that has been along this journey with me.
Well, I'm glad to be a part of it, brother.
Oh, I couldn't be more honored.
You got me. You got my contact. You reach out anytime.
Yeah, and I will.
You know,
And as I said, I've been silent for a reason, but it has nothing to do with anything personal whatsoever.
Right.
It's just, if I'm not being productive myself, then how am I going to be productive for the community?
Correct.
So, I mean, that's just kind of where I see things.
Okay. Now a little bit away from this. How's the married life?
Man, the married life. I love my wife.
Right.
She's the most beautiful woman in the world. Here she is.
Yeah.
My biggest, greatest supporter here. She's the one that actually deals with my stupid ass sometimes. She was wondering why I was sitting there fighting with people at 3:00 in the morning the other night. And she's like, are men really that over dramatic? And it's like, well, yes. Yes, they are. Men can sometimes get on their periods. It's just the way it goes. Like, we got to deal with that shit.
Well,
What
I've
you
told
guys
Freight-
do in Blaine, we sit there and we produce and hold too much sperm. That's just the way I see it.
Yeah.
when the fighting starts, I just sit back and watch the show.
Well, you know what? And that is you, James. You are the fly on the wall. I was telling that guy, who the hell was it? I was telling that to somebody. And I was all like, look, I was like, James is that person that has so much knowledge that runs through his mind that he probably knows the answer to any question that you have to ask, but he's not going to say a word until you actually go to him directly. Because if you don't do that, he's going to sit there and he's going to smile in his chair and probably look at his TV a few times. And that's about it. Like, he's not going to say a goddamn thing. And you know what? That's what I love about James Aubrey the most, because he doesn't need to say anything because he has that much knowledge. He's just more being like, okay, let me see you guys make a fool of yourselves. Let's see that.
No, believe it or not, I learn from each and every one of y'all. I really do. I'm still learning. Let's just say that.
Yeah. So, can I ask you a question, Patrick? Well, one of the viewers is asking if you have a colas in your labels. What does it take to get a distillery started down in Mexico?
A lot. I mean, honestly, it's a lot because the technology here is about 25 years behind the time. Sure. So it's like, if you were to start like an LLC in the United States, you can sit there, you can get your EIN number, immediately from, the website, the IRS website.
Yeah.
And that's issued like within 5 minutes, right? And then you got to file your articles of organization, and you send that in. And then it's about like a week and a half. And once you get that back and it's approved, then you're like good to go. Here is much different, to where you got to go to this place, you got to present the name, see if it's available. That could take, 2 weeks to a month. And then you got to, issue another meeting with them for like 3 other names to make sure that nobody can take your original name, and you got to file that. And then you got to go back, and then you got to go into what's like in articles of organization here and make an appointment, which can be 2 weeks. And then you go in, and then they sign off on it. It's like, yeah, okay, like you're good to go. And then you come back and it's like, okay, well, now you got to show us the proof of X, Y, and Z, but you can't do that for another 3 weeks. So then you got to go back, wait 3 weeks. It's literally like sitting in a DMV when you show up there at like, 11 o'clock in the morning and there's 200 fucking people there and it takes you 3 hours to be seen.
Yeah.
So it's like every time you go there to the SAT, it's like a 3 to 4 hour process.
Damn. Okay. I was curious.
Yeah. So, I mean, is it easier than the United States? Yes, as far as money goes. When it comes to the time and attention that it takes to actually get your license and be fully commercial, it's much more extensive than the United States.
Gotcha.
Well, and you're doing something totally different, so that's new to them too. They're all the tequilas and the mezcals. You're moonshining, so this is a different world for them. They don't know if they're going to be scared of you or what,
Well, I mean, they're not going to be scared whatsoever because of the people that are endorsing it, right? So It's like if you have people that are in a position of power that are endorsing your product, then people are going to follow that, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you were by yourself and nobody knew who you were, of course, everybody's going to be skeptical. But as long as you have those people that are in a position of power that are backing you for your product, life becomes much easier.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's why I said, that I'm doing something that has never been done in the moonshine community, to where it's like I'm not taking over a state, I am taking over a country.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there's a huge difference in between a state and a country. There comes from bootlegging to being very well known throughout a mass, surface area of what? 3,400 square miles or 4,400 square miles.
These people that are endorsing you and have they said anything when you get established? Because what you're doing for this community, they would like to help other communities. Hey, Patrick, are you ready to expand? Are you ready?
Well, they know my vision, and first thing and foremost is that I need to benefit my community to be prosperous, and then grow from there. You can't sit there and try and tackle, a bunch of different obstacles at one time. You have to sit there and it's like eating an elephant. It's just one bite at a time. That's the only way you can do it.
I knew you were going to say that.
Hey, I mean, it's what it is, man.
Yeah.
Like, and you know what? If you can take over and benefit your own community, then you can help the lives of other people.
Yeah.
And that's the importance. If you want to know what true success is, it's being able to help others, not just yourself. That is true success.
Yeah. Rocky Mountain Moonshine said it took him about a year to get legal here in the U.S. He's in Colorado.
I believe that, especially in the U.S. with, when you're dealing with the ATF at that point, and when you're dealing with alcohol, tobacco, and firearms and the legalizations in the United States, they are very, very, very strict. And it costs a bunch load of money. I mean, incredible amount. So for them to get legalized in the United States, I mean, kudos to you. And that's why you have so many bootleggers in the United States, because they just don't have the funds to go legal. They don't have the backing to go legal because it costs that much. I mean, for a distillery alone to get legalized in the United States is in the upwards of $500,000.
Didn't know that. We'll have to do some more research then, huh?
Huh?
I said I'm gonna have to do some more research.
Yeah, it's insane, man. Like it's I don't know. I mean, you look at it, you see a lot of the bigger celebrities like Kevin Hart and Dan Aykroyd, you know, those type of people that are coming to Mexico, and they're either buying into a distillery here for tequila or they're building their own. And the reason why they do that is because they know that the process is faster, the process is cheaper to do it here. But nobody here does whiskey. When have you ever sat there and went to a liquor store and it was all like, oh, hey, there's a whiskey from Mexico? Never. Yeah. It doesn't exist.
Never.
But in about 1 year, you'll see that. And guess what? Hi, my name is Patrick Dooney. How you doing?
Yeah, dude. Yep. And Randy's right.
Well, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and jump on off of here.
Patrick's education experience with his business construction experience and starting from zero to where he is today by knowing his worth while seeing the village of hardworking people. Alberto. Okay. I appreciate that, Randy. I love you, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Patrick, I'm glad you got on here, brother. Glad to get to see you. But I got to go ahead and jump out because 4 a.m. comes early and my phone is about to die.
So, I understand that. James, we'll definitely be in touch. I'm sorry that I have been distant for the past few weeks, but you and I will definitely get more back in touch the way that we need to be, because I have a lot to learn from you.
All right, brother.
All right, brother.
Peace. Love you guys.
Love you too, man.
Love you, bro.
All right. Later, guys.
Later. Rocky Mountain Moonshine, he did this with Inebriated Gnome Distillery in Fort Collins.
Yeah. Hey, in Foco, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, what do we know about Foco, man?
Yeah.
What do we know about Foco?
I go out there all the time.
Let me tell you something. I live literally right off of Stewart and Prospect, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Dude.
I love what you guys do. Love what y'all do. 6 gallons later, I'm at 90 proof right now. Hell yeah, buddy. Run that. Keep going.
I think he's going to come on the show.
I hope so. I'll tell you right now, that man is literally 100% better than what he was 2 days ago.
Yeah, I know, dude. I know. I know.
Nobody knew what the fuck was wrong with him until he fucking told me that he was off of TRT. I was like, God damn. Hey, Randy, get your fucking ass in here, buddy. Please.
It's crazy. You nailed it right on the head, though.
Dude, the only reason because of that is because I went through it.
Yeah.
And I literally was in the same place that he was. And I treated my friends exactly the same way he did. And then when I kind of came back to, I went to my friends and I was like, why are y'all fucking mad at me? And they're all
Yeah.
like, well, Patrick, because you fucking said this and said this. Like, man, I don't even fucking remember.
Good night, Lisa. What's up, Randy?
Hello, everybody.
What's up, big guy?
Hey, Patrick. Hey, Frey. Hey, Phil. How are y'all doing?
Good.
Good, brother.
Good. How are you?
How you doing?
I feel great. I had 3 Hardee's combos today. I mean Arby's.
That's
I
not
think
good
I-
for
Yeah.
you. Why are you
Roast-
why are you eating that fast food shit?
I got roast beef, 2 roast beef doubles. I got the fish sandwich, and I got the burger.
Yeah. Damn.
I was in town getting some LP, and I was tired of soup and cooking, so I figured that since I was going to be out here, I'd go ahead and get something I could just heat and eat. And Mama wanted
So you got
Arby's.
3 different meals for one?
Well, Mama wanted Arby's, so I bought 4 combos, her 1 and me 3.
I'm not gonna lie, I like
I
Arby's too. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, Randy.
I like
Randy,
the
Roy,
I like the Reuben. I'm sorry.
Roy Warner says hello, Randy. Michelle says
Hello,
hello, Randy.
Hello,
Lisa Day
everybody.
says hello, Randy. Good night. And then Jason Acosta says the man himself. Hey, Randy.
Hello, everybody.
That's
Hell
all the
yeah.
comments.
I'm how's that old TV show, Live and in Color?
Yes,
All right.
sir.
Live and in Color. Look what I
Hey.
got. Yes, sir.
So Randy, will you explain to the people here of the difference that you felt within 24 hours of taking your shot, taking upon yourself to give you your own shot of testosterone, what the difference was just within a 24-hour period?
The easiest way I can say it without going on and on is when I woke up this morning, I could no longer see through the eye sockets of someone else's skull. I had no idea. I had no. I did not know that a 128 testosterone score could make you think, act, and do things, and no sleep, no fatigue, but push yourself as hard as I've been doing to get this going. That I like to push myself over the edge, and it is nothing. Men out there, look here. You do not have to use a 26 or 22 gauge like they tell you you have to do, and that kept me from taking my medicine on time. Patrick convinced me and give me the strength and the endurance to go in there in front of him and take my shot. And within overnight, it's like the difference between there is nothing. There's nothing else you will ever compare to being as deep as I was wherever I was to where I am today.
Just relieved. Just
Yeah.
relieved.
Relieved. Yes.
It's just like that sense of realness comes back to you. And as I told you, Randy, like I understand exactly where you were at. And that's why I explained to everybody else is to where it's all like, you guys do not get what happens when you stop testosterone replacement therapy. Is that it's literally like you are a fucking 13-year-old girl that's on her period for the first fucking time, and so many emotions and everything is just running through you, and you got
Yeah.
no fucking idea anything about control. Like, and the problem with testosterone is that it puts you in such a deep, dark mind state when it gets so low and your estrogen levels run so high that you literally lose focus of the importance in life. And that's what leads to depression. That's what leads to high anxiety. That is what leads to irrational thoughts and thinking. And that's something that a lot of people do not understand. And these are literally the repercussions that you go through as a man when you start testosterone replacement therapy.
And I want to make the story. I mean, I want to say this. I'm not taking testosterone to be a Hulk. My body has to have it like you have to have water. I have to have it
Well,
to
yeah.
fucking live, you know. And I
Yeah.
don't like needles. And so the people I put my, it's my excuse, not my excuse. It's my fault that I could not stick myself. It's my reasons I can't stick myself. But now I know that I can stick myself and not feel it. And now I won't go through those withdrawals no more, because I don't wish that on my worst enemy. And all the mean things that I said, I wanted to actually physically do.
So
And
are you saying that PTSD, that post-traumatic syndrome that you have like literally barred from your whole life about sticking yourself because of what happened to you, because you overcame that fear and you stuck yourself, would you actually admit that
Yeah.
all of that fear and that experience is behind you?
Yes, 110%. That is totally behind me, and that I'm not afraid of nothing. I'm not afraid of no man or nothing. I ain't trying to say it, but the needles,
You were.
but now I can use the type of needle that I can use, and I'm looking forward to the next shot because I feel 100% better, and the testosterone eventually is going to put my levels back up to where everything's going to be back in line, and I'll be able to gain weight, and I'll be able to feel weight, think straight, think clearly, and not be a bitch.
You will be at your optimal range here within a matter of 6 weeks. And hot damn, that'll be one sexy old fucking 65-year-old motherfucker on the beach. You know what I mean?
I am gonna try my best to
try to look like me. Try to look like me at 65 or what?
I'm gonna look like you at 67. Yeah.
Hell fucking yeah. I love it.
I'm gonna be that sexy old grandpa.
That's right.
Wait a minute. I don't know about sexy, but I won't be flabby. How about that?
That's right. That's right.
And
Braid's on his way. Don't worry.
Freyd's up there in that cold. Freyd can't sweat enough. He needs to come to this Florida humidity, and in 6 damn months he would look like us.
Shit, I'll tell you right now, with Freyd being there in that cold, he better be doing some like daily cold plunges right in the snow. He has it fucking made right now. We actually got to work for that shit.
His idea, Freyd's idea of plunging in the snow is going underneath a mobile home with a hairdryer defrosting somebody's pipes. That's as close as he's going to get.
Negative weather.
Yeah,
he needs to get in there and freeze that fat off, baby. Go sit there and just sit in the fucking snow.
Now I know why all mountain people are big people, because they have to conserve their energy to live in those extreme environments. They don't get the luxury of sweating their ass off like we do down here. You know, it's a different.
Yeah.
But
well, from my understanding, Freyd's gonna be on to new ventures. You know, more eastward bound.
Yes,
that's just what a little bird told me.
Once
you know, but I still know he has another voice that he has to talk with, but you know that'll probably be at a different time.
I think he's got that prearranged enough that he can get there and give him a couple weeks to get his feet under him, get his north from his south and his east from
a couple
his west.
Weeks.
And man, he'll be
a couple weeks. I would speak more like a couple months.
No,
he has a couple of months of God-given time.
No, I'm saying when he gets there, 3 weeks, he'll be like a puppy. in 3 weeks, once he's there, he'll look like a puppy in the window. Hey, hey, look at me, pick me. I'm ready to go. So,
You running, Randy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me introduce y'all to
My little friend.
the 60-gallon Gatlin. This is a stainless steel 60-gallon pot with my pawpaw's cap with a 4-inch shotgun, and they added 5.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier tonight.
Ain't that pretty?
Yes, sir.
And then going into
Yeah, she's moving.
that big old jar. And here's what I got so far. And
Damn, son.
that's my heads. And there's what, two cases?
That's 6 gallons.
Yeah, and then this is what my neighbor brought me over the other day. And he already pre-soaked it. It's a 5-gallon drum. And we're gonna put this 6-grain, 6th-generation corn in there. And that's for him. And then I'm gonna use my my original aging the way I do it in my barrels and add my wood to it.
Hold on 1 second, Randy. So Rocky
See
Mountain
that?
Moonshine, that is not a bubble plate underneath that condenser. That is a shotgun condenser. That's 5 pipes coming through there with water wrapped around it. It's in a jacket, so it's a shotgun condenser.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me the shotgun condenser, the cold water comes in down here and goes inside there to cool, to come down to a vapor. And that one's running to my hydro tank. So if you're thinking as a moonshiner, this is my creek running beside my steel, and I'm pumping the
Yeah.
cold water from this side into the bottom of the shotgun, and it's cooling it and exiting out yonder. Or over there, sorry.
That son of a bitch is beautiful, baby.
Thank
Yeah.
you. It's I'm gonna make it look prettier, and this is redneck tape.
Yeah.
I didn't use the cornmeal, but if you guys ever build one of these, let me give you a little hint. If you will, when you buy a gate valve, make sure it is it doesn't take very much to close this. It means it opens real quick. You don't need a lot of turns to open it. And
Right.
put a 90 on here because it causes this the fluid to go wide spray and it misses the bucket. So I'm gonna put me a 90 on there. But she's running perfect, man.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Banjo.
I could probably back it down just a hair. Like that right there.
What? God damn it. There's the boy right there. God damn it.
All you
Hell
guys,
yeah.
hey, all you guys that's up there -0, just put your hands near the screen.
That's right.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
I'm thinking I'm running a little hot.
So, I'm afraid.
What's up?
I gotta ask you because I saw you were live, and we of course we back the militia, 100%. When it came to that stupid motherfucker Silcott,
Okay, what about him?
What was your take on all of it?
Well, he's got He's got a lot of people that he owes money to, dude.
Obviously.
You know what I mean? And that's. I don't like Silcott, dude. What's up, Sandman? I don't like him at all, bro.
There he is.
Dude,
Sandman.
I tell you what, I kept him on my friends for that specific reason. Just waiting for my time. And goddamn it, he fucking gave me the opportune moment just to hit him exactly where it was. You know, just get him right in the fucking gut. And then for the dumb son of a bitch to sit there and fucking message me directly. And I sent that to Tom. I didn't send it to you. And you're gonna see it too. But when I hit him, you know, with the people that he owed money to, how he, you know, coerced Randy into his own little mindset and shit, like, it was like, no, like, fuck you for this, fuck you for this, fuck you for this. And he tries to come off like he's some big motherfucker. And for me, it's all like, look, man, like, the only thing I need to hear from you is that you're going to start directing me as sir, because I will fucking own you in this motherfucker. Like, don't play with this shit. I'm sorry. Like, fuck off.
There you go, Gliss.
What you got, Wes?
That's a beauty right there, man.
Gliss's new
Fucking
spill.
A.
Oh, a jaw rig.
Yep, that's gonna be the new baby right there.
I sent you a
I can't
picture.
wait till I can't wait till
I
upgrade
texted you
mine to
back on there.
3/4.
Oh, I probably didn't see it. I've
Oh,
been
yeah.
fucking around. I found some more copper, so I was finishing up your worm.
Fuck yeah, dude. I appreciate the fuck out of that. It's gonna be
Patrick, I
Oh,
want to
shit.
say I appreciate that what you did and what you said and all that, and we're hoping that this is squashed and that will be the last of it. But we know if anybody ever steps in or up like that again, we know what to do and what not to do and how to do it. So I appreciate you doing what you do and saying what you said, and I appreciate everybody having my back and accepting my apology for what I done wrong under those conditions. And we're gonna try to let that go and let it, and I'm gonna forget about it. Work on what you told me to do, what everybody else tells me that I need to take care of
You
myself
got you,
first.
brother.
And I know in the future that I will be strong enough. So if a fish stick ever was to jump on me, it would be a very tartar sauce day for them.
Man, I'll tell you right now,
I shouldn't have said
I protect.
I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that.
I have gone.
Apology for
I
that.
have gone to show
Let it go.
that I protect my brothers 100%. It was just like if anybody came at Frayed the same way, if anybody came at Sandman the same way, if it came to anybody that was on this panel right now and went to attack you the way that they did, like, best believe that I'm fucking speaking up and I'm gonna be saying some shit. Like, and I'm not gonna. You can go ahead. You can go to me first, and then if you get through me, if you get me to shut the fuck up, okay, then you can go to the others. But you're not gonna do that. You do not have the intelligence for that. Fuck you.
So, and I got names mixed up from Silcox to whatever his name is, and how, I don't even want to get into that, but just let it go. But if it comes in the future, I won't be this frail. I won't be this naive, and I damn sure won't be any weaker than what I am. I'll be 100% better than what I am.
Well, no
And
shit.
that's all
I mean,
want to say. And I'm looking
you
forward to
going
Life
and
is Goofy for
you stopping
everybody, and that's all I want to do.
You stopping testosterone replacement therapy for 6 weeks. You literally shot your estrogen levels up through the fucking roof, and you became a fucking teenager that's on her fucking period.
And I was man enough to admit that once I found out that that's what had happened.
Yes, sir.
And we're trying to let it die down. And thanks for all the. If I didn't get back to you on your person's messages, I'll
That's
say this
fucking
one
badass.
time. I'll say this one time. I didn't want to relive it every day times 100 people. If I didn't get back to you, please understand I didn't want to have to relive it and explain. But It's all dealt with. We figured it out, and they had me on different kind of medications, Lexapro, different shit. So there was a lot of shit going on. And then I got the news, and I'm gonna go ahead and be honest with y'all. I have what they call vanishing white matter disease. It's nobody's business, but if you want to know and you want to look it up, you look up low testosterone and you look up vanishing white matter disease, and that's all I need to say. Take it as you leave it. It's from getting 11 concussions playing football and dealing with people who I used to work with, and that's the end of the story.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But
So-
hey, it's all
And I'm gonna
buried. It's
beat
all under the bridge and shit.
Yep.
The only people that I'm focused on now is the motherfuckers that have literally given the militia a bad name. And when they counter the militia, they're countering a lot of people that are a part of the militia. And whether you course yourself into podcasts just like what we are on now, or if you're just a spectator, you are still part of the militia. And those are the people that I protect. Those are my people. You know, I love every single one of it, everybody the same.
Yeah.
So it's all like
long time.
fuck those dumb motherfuckers that want to sit there and speak down on them.
And I had a whole lot going on, and I knew that if I started in on somebody, I was going to say something real stupid. So I just stayed out of it.
I appreciate that.
I had enough going on in my life to, I already was fucked in the head, so I didn't need that weighing on me as well. So I just steered clear. But yeah, I mean, the militia.
See, and there's the beautiful thing, Sam, man.
Like everybody said,
is I don't got shit going on in my life other than I'm sitting here next to a fucking pool and enjoying my life. So if somebody wants to sit there and they want to come down on people that are trying to do something with theirs and don't even want to focus on any type of negative and drama, which I completely understand, that's okay. I'll take the fucking heat on it. I'll accept it. And I'll stand for you and everybody else.
You know, I'm used to being a part of groups. I'm used to being a part of squads. And like you said, I'm used to being like on defense. I'm used to being a teammate. And if you mess with one, you mess with all.
That's right.
And
I'm just glad it's all done, to be honest with you.
Let's let that go. What we got to do about moonshining? Y'all, this is the first time I ever made blueberry brandy, and I learned. I wanna give a praise to John Bentz, because I kind of watched what he was doing and listened and watched and listened, and I think it was just like everybody else told me, just go with what you know, what you did with the strawberries.
Man, you should have just reached out to him. He'd have told you A to B. Yeah, he's just that kind of guy. He ain't gonna hold him back.
Yes, or not. I sent him some video and we talked a little bit. He was busy. He gave me some great advice, and I think I did it for reassurance, because it's just like that's what we're on the show for. Sometimes we know the answer to the question, but sometimes hearing it from one of you guys gives us that self-confidence. So when we go in there to do it, we just go do it.
Especially when you're talking about, I mean, like if I buy fruit, I got a fortune in it. Some of you guys get lucky and, like Hydro Man get a fucking skid of strawberries. No, when I buy fruit, man, it's make or break, because I'm about to dump, a couple $100 into a run.
What happened, Patrick? Yeah, and honestly, guys, I haven't been putting any money. Actually, I got, like you were saying earlier, I got lucky with the strawberries. I got lucky with the corn. I got lucky with the blueberries, because I've been putting my money in the hydro dipping. But like y'all, I can't stop making shine. People kept wanting it, so I put off for a while. But then when opportunity comes, it makes more sense to go ahead and get it and go ahead and do it. And I did it, so I'm doing it for myself anyway. And I'm stockpiling, making my own whiskey and brandies, and I'm learning so much by doing it, and it gives me something to do mentally. It's therapy for me.
So I'm just keep it simple. Too, now that I'm going to upgrade, I'll be able to put some shit back for a rainy day. I ain't been able to save shit.
Hell, nobody can save anything. I ain't taking another one, goddammit. I just took 2.
I can't. I'm working.
He's
I'm not. I'm not supposed to drink anything for the next 30 days, but I guess I can wet my lips, right?
Shit. Try having a bar like Marfugel's got over there and not drinking for 30 days. It ain't possible.
Yeah, but
Right.
I'm gonna be serious about getting better, and I promised I wouldn't drink. But it's
No, I know.
I can take a
Shout
lip
out to
sip,
that, man.
but
I was
it's
just
not.
being
You ain't
funny.
drinking shit, Randy. You ain't drinking shit for at least 2 weeks.
That's
Well,
why I
there ain't
got.
nobody here pressuring you, brother. You can talk and not. I mean, nobody cares if you're drinking.
No,
No,
I'm
I
saying
do.
You can take a
I
toe
care.
bar
I
at
want
five.
his levels to get back to right. I don't need him to get literally a fucking testosterone killer
So you
while he's
don't
trying to get his levels back.
That's what I'm saying. You don't want him drinking. So
See,
I'm saying ain't nobody trying to talk you
no,
into
no. I
drinking
get
here.
it. I get it. I get it. I was messing with Patrick because at the time his screen went black, and you know how we mess with somebody when we can't see him on the screen, but he
Well,
knows we
yeah.
can hear him. I said, I
I'm
know
here.
I'm not
I'm
supposed
hearing
to drink.
everything you say, bub.
I know that's what I said. I said, I know I'm not supposed to drink, but I can at least touch it to my lips, right? And taste it, see if it's what proof it is.
You better, if you're gonna put anything to your lips, you better go find yourself an elephant cock. Don't fucking put no liquor to your lips.
Uh,
The only thing I'm gonna put my lips is this little pipe. I don't know about that's about all I can handle, dog.
oh, Lord.
But yeah, I'm drinking soda.
Hell yeah.
This is my first one today. I drank a half a gallon milk jug of Gatorade and I've refilled it twice with well water. So I've had a gallon and a half of water today.
Gallon and a half. That's good. That's
Yeah,
really
my
good.
wife.
I needed some I needed a Coca-Cola. I was getting Coca-Cola withdrawal, dry mouth. Oh no, I needed a Coke. Oh,
That is
it come with the combo.
called a caffeine dependency.
I was gonna
Yes,
say diabetes withdrawal.
I guess I can call myself a Coca-Cola addict because I love Coca-Cola.
Yeah, that's just caffeine dependency. That's all that shit is.
It's better than Coke.
When I go anywhere, I take a roll of Copenhagen and a case of Cokes.
It's your best
Hell
friend.
No fucking way, Wes. That's just fucking bad the fuck ass. No fucking way.
That's my new signature, man. Look, there's one on this this parrot too. This one's
That's
Texas.
fucking lit, dude. That's fucking lit.
That's my new signature when I build stuff. I'm putting a copper coin on it.
Badass.
This one's got a
Yeah.
copper coin right in the middle.
Look at that shit, y'all. It's got a skull.
That's
It's got a
fucking
skeleton and a skull with crossbones on the top of it.
Let me
It
see
Don't
that.
tread on this steel, motherfucker.
It says,
When are you coming to Mexico, bro?
that one says Memento Mori, and you just got to look it up yourself. I've carried a coin with that for a few years.
Is it just me or is the audio really bad?
It's just you, brother. I ain't coming to Mexico anytime soon.
That's your own fault. Why not?
I've only been to Mexico a few times, and that was on a cruise.
Shit, dude. You thought people were looking at the tourists hard to begin with. They're gonna fucking hate us here in about 6 months. They're gonna hate every stinking one of us. They're gonna be like, "You motherfuckers."
Nah, man, I've been.
Not when you're from here. Not from here, but not when you got dual citizenship. No.
Well, yeah. Well, see, that's the thing, though. You know, you got a little pass. You're allowed to be in the hood, man.
Yeah, I'm just.
You got like the delivery guy pass and fucking in the blood streets, dude. It's like, oh, don't fuck with the postman. You know, it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
You're doing something that everybody's like, yeah, we'll fucking go drink alcohol at your spot. Why not? Don't fuck with that guy. He's got good whiskey.
It's literally like if I was in the heart of fucking Detroit in the shittiest part, and they just see me come through, and they're just like, "Yeah, no, that's Patrick." Like,
yeah,
no.
he's got the whiskey, man. Leave him alone.
Good.
He's a good guy.
Hell yeah. But no, I mean, Randy's coming down in April. So I mean, we obviously got to go live with that. But you know, I'd love to get a lot of you other, you know, individuals down here, you know, especially during my grand opening of the distillery bar and restaurant. Like, I think
You gonna
that
make
would
me
be
get a
off
passport.
the fucking chain for everybody
Yeah.
to be there.
I know I'm being there. I'm coming
Yeah.
for opening.
I mean, you can get your pass. You have your passport.
I got everything ready. We're gonna be there. Me and Clint's
I
coming
can make
in,
a road trip to Philadelphia and get it in one
and
day.
then if I need
From
to, I'll come back. I'll come back the next week for the opening. But I'm definitely. Me and
for
Clint confirmed today. He's gonna send you the itinerary. It's already
Yeah.
done. It's already done. And then when you know for sure the opening day, we'll set up another flight and we're coming back.
Well, so
If
this is my thoughts on it for the opening day. If I could have multiple distillers all combine a mash and a run together, like we'll all get together in the beginning and be like, okay, well, let's add this, let's add this, let's add
yeah,
this ingredient. And then
yeah,
that way I already have the mash already made.
okay,
And then we all distill it together. We video it professionally
Shit.
I
and
like
through your
this.
guys' live streams and everything else. And we just make like a huge scene about it.
We
See,
can
you
make a
guys
bunch of
got such
I'll
different
make a
Yeah,
bunch
dude.
of home
we can't just do that
homeboy
here.
booze at your home.
Huh?
A bunch of homeboys, different brews at your home, and then everybody have a different mash, and then go there and run it and film it like you said. So it would be a bunch of homeboys at your home running under your license and put the product out on the street for the community.
It
Because
would
we can't take it home.
Yeah.
well
Yeah.
you can take it home
No, I'll
because
release it.
it's fully commercial licensed
It's
and
gotta be.
the
It's gotta
bottle
be
will be
bottled.
completely sealed so you can take it back with you.
I'll
Yeah.
take some, but if I'm gonna make someone your steel, I want the people to have it, and let's just take a couple bottles home to to remember. But that'd be great.
I mean,
I'm all in.
how else do you think people buy tequila in the United States?
We're gonna do
I don't
my
buy
one hell
tequila.
of a
I drink it.
breakfast.
I don't drink tequila. Fuck tequila.
Well, you know what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
just like it's the same concept.
I understand. I look forward to this. That sounds like a perfect idea to do.
I mean, we do something like that. I'm down to do like a whiskey mash or something like that, or like a bourbon mash.
So we've actually been planning something for the jam, and we haven't put it out yet. But there's gonna be 10 people. We're gonna select 10 people. I don't know who it'll be yet. You bring in a gallon of all grain, just any whatever you want, and I got 10-gallon barrels.
What happened?
We're gonna fill up a barrel, and 2 years from now, whatever, I'll distribute that back out to everybody that put in.
And then pop it.
Yeah, we're gonna pop it and distribute whatever's left. I mean, we're gonna lose a little, but everybody gets close to a gallon back.
yeah.
So you get a age stuff that it's 10 different guys that put into it. It's got to be an all grain. I don't think we're gonna put any other rules on it. I think when you get a good mix, it all plays well together.
Yeah. Yeah.
An all grain corn and sweet feed going right now.
Do you know how motherfucking hard?
All I
it
use
not-
is whole grain. What?
You know how damn hard this is
Go ahead,
not to
Randy.
drink right now at 95 proof.
Hell, I wouldn't drink that. I'm about to start into tails. I ain't.
Dude,
Randy, what the fuck?
I'm a heavy cutter. I cut
Look at
tails.
that.
I spit it out. Spit it out, Patrick.
That's apple
Bad
brandy
blueberry.
from
Bad
3
blueberry.
months ago that's been sitting and macerating in caramel applesauce for
Hell yeah.
3 months. And I just wrapped it and tried it. Shit's fucking smooth as fucking candy, dude.
Fred, did you get your package?
He's
Afraid
over there
not.
working on something. He's preoccupied.
Damn, he ain't even listening to us.
I know. He's like in the zone right now.
No, I sent him a package.
I'm trying to
and
figure out where the echo's coming from.
Oh, I thought he had that copper fever where he's always got to be touching copper.
I can't hear it.
I don't got no echo.
Did that fix it?
Tell
There's
me
an
what the heck.
echo. It's like a
I heard it
beep,
chirping
beep,
from
beep. I don't
somewhere.
know where it's.
I hear it.
Did that?
I hear it.
Did that
You-
fix
I
it?
don't know where that's coming
Usually the echo comes from headphones.
from. But
I don't have
no,
any.
it's a beep or something. I hear it, but it's not really an echo. Anyway, Frey,
Oh.
did you get your package?
Hey,
Ray, did you get your
It
package?
ain't me. I'm muted. It's not me. I'm muted.
I mean, I use the same setup every week. I've
What's
never
up,
had.
Wes?
Did you get your package?
Not yet.
No, you were supposed to get it by Friday, but I've heard that bullshit with shipping and stuff. It's UPS. The reason I ask is
Yeah, I
because
haven't got it yet.
there may or
Hey.
may not be a taste of some aged apple brandy, and you
You still got an echo?
the first person that's tasted it. It's early now. No, whoever Mark Googled. Anyway, it's just a little sample. But I just cracked the barrel.
What?
It's been sitting for 7 months, I think. It ain't ready, but it's pretty good.
Oh yeah, dude, I'll be excited about it.
Oh yeah.
Now I also got you some spiced rum, and I was just talking to Gliz about this earlier. You gotta mix it, dude. It's made to be a mixer. Mix it. Don't drink it straight. It's not good. It's too dry and
Okay.
it's too heavily spiced to
No.
drink out of the jar.
Sandman, I've heard about your blackberry that you do.
Yeah, man, that was top 3 runs I've ever made. I mean, I could do it again.
My blackberry wine or my blackberry brandy?
I had a request
Blackberry
for that
brandy
today.
that tasted
Yeah,
like
see,
wine. I mean, it was. I got an incredible amount of flavor. It was wild, but I only got that because blackberries went on some crazy ass sale at Myers of all places, and I bought
Myers,
75 pounds. Like I can't typically afford that. That 50-pound or 50-cent container is usually $2.
yeah.
Right.
So I'd have to see that sale again
Yeah.
to ever run that. It's expensive.
That's why I mentioned fruit
Yeah.
Blackberries are producing right now here.
I've never
Well,
tried
Yeah.
them.
I still spent almost $100 on blackberries for that run.
Yeah.
And they were 50 cents per container. I think it was 6 ounce. I don't remember.
And how big is your still?
I mean, I got
I get tons
about
of
a run and a
blackberries for
half,
free.
but it's close to 20. It'll hold about 17, 18 gallons.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I still got mostly grains.
So-
like I do pretty much whiskeys for the
so
most
what-
part. But
what
anytime I
was
do
your-
something that expensive, like pumpkin,
What was your ratio from blackberries to water?
I made a 30-gallon mash. I had 75 to 80 pounds of blackberries.
Okay.
And actually, I got a lot of sugar. I ran
Sounds
a
about
really
right.
low gravity, like 060 maybe lower, 5.8.
Yeah.
But I only used like less than 20 pounds of sugar in that too. So
Really?
yeah, I mean,
well, they should
it
have
was
a
an
lot of sugars in
expensive
them.
run for a low yield. I mean, I knew what I wanted out of it, so I didn't really care
My,
about
my
the
recipe,
Here.
my recipe for blackberry wine is to harvest a ton of blackberries, put it through the blender, fill up 2 milk jugs per 6-gallon mash. And
I literally had, I don't even remember how many flats. I have pictures. It was fucking crazy. They were sitting everywhere in my garage. There was just flats and
I'll be
flats
there in a
of
minute.
fucking.
My question is, what did your cap look like?
Oh, I mean, I could have set a full mason jar on it, no problem.
Really? I
'Cause I
believe it too.
I didn't blend mine. I I cooked them down, not hard.
Okay,
but
my
I put 'em in
secret
boiling
with
water
the
to mash 'em
blackberry,
up.
a lot of guys that don't like wine will love my blackberry wine because it tastes like a blackberry pie. My secret is you got to keep stirring it, blending it, or just aerating it every day for the first 7 to 10 days.
All
You
right,
got to
so
keep degassing it. That's the
I
term.
mean,
So,
Degas.
I'll just tell
Sandman,
y'all.
what was your
Every 7
process?
to 10 days.
Well, I won't hide what I think was the secret to it. I want
Keep your
everybody.
damn
I
fingers
don't
out of it.
care.
Oh.
I ran my column. I got a 3-foot column. It's got a D flag
Okay.
in it.
Okay.
But hold on.
What I do with
Hold
blackberries
on. Let
is
Sandman
harvest a ton of
finish.
blackberries.
Let Sandman finish what his process was.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Let
So
him
this
talk.
is just the way I ran it. This is not mashing. Was literally
Sorry,
I dumped them in boiling water. I kept it hot, not like simmering hot, and I ran my drill. I mashed the fuck out of them. I just mashed them up.
Yeah.
Running it, I ran my column, and everybody's like, "Oh God, you're in." No, it wasn't. I didn't run the D flag. I didn't. It was just a straight arm still with a very little bit of reflux in it because of the length.
Mm-hmm.
So just a tall column, basically pot still.
Yes. No thump. Yes. But
so that's like what I do.
Where I gained the flavor, I have a screen gasket that fits on the bottom.
Sure.
Instead of your standard gasket, I got a screen.
Sure.
So I dehydrated. I don't remember. I had a full quart mason jar that was packed full of dehydrated blackberries, and I put that in my column.
Okay.
So you kind of use it as a gin basket in a way.
Gin basket ish, yes. It hits way too early to be a gin basket, but same concept.
Yeah.
But I truly think that's where a lot of my flavor came from.
The flavor came from.
Because it actually had the smell and the flavor. Not a lot of people have had a dehydrated blackberry, but it's different.
Well, you're mashing at 2.6 pounds of blackberries per gallon, so that helps you a lot too. 2.6 pounds per gallon.
It's just like a raisin or a cranberry. Like once you dehydrate the cranberry or the grape itself, you get an ultimate different flavor, and it produces actually a higher sugar because the sugar goes straight to the skin rather than inside of the meat of the fruit.
You're not dehydrating the sugar off of it. You're dehydrating the water.
Exactly.
I did a similar thing.
Having that in the vapor path basically rehydrates it to a certain degree, so you're getting all that to release.
Exactly.
That dehydration, it opens up the terpenes in the fruit and your flavonoids, and then it makes them brittle. And so when that vapor comes across them, they break off and carry through more easily. Of course, I mean, you still lose some at temperatures, but I mean, a lot of them are the ones that are viable. I mean, that fucking getting all that moisture away from them, you get a lot more flavor.
So instead of putting fresh where it just runs past them, dehydrated, as they rehydrated, they exploded, which put more flavor. And even if that juice dripped down or whatever, it's in the pot and it's running back through.
Yeah, but when they're rehydrating, you're not rehydrating with water. So with the alcohol vapors, you're getting more of the flavor without getting diluted by the water. So you're really getting the full flavor you can out of whatever you have in there.
You're pushing alcohol vapor into them, so they're getting rehydrated with that, But
instead of the water, so the alcohol, you're going to get more out of it because water is going to dilute the crap out of it. So since you're putting it in the vapor stream with alcohol, it's pulling everything out of them, which is amazing.
Not only did they play the purpose of flavoring, but they drew in. They filtered. They drew in the alcohol.
They get to the same temperature. They get to the same temperature as your mash does. After you heat up the fruit, then the fruit, along with everything else, it's not necessarily touching any water, so it'll steam as well. And so you get alcohol vapor that builds up in there. It soaks into it, and then it pushes itself out, and then more comes along and does the same thing.
And it slows
some
everything
heads going
down
on there,
because it was in a column. I mean, I'll tell you, as far as Now I'll run apple brandy different because that was a pain in the ass, and I'm
Still got some
not
heads
that
going
worried
on there,
about
Randy.
apple. But any other brandy I do will be ran that exact way. I mean, I'm not going to stray from it. I found what works, and
Yeah, that's why I was telling you earlier. I'm putting dehydrated apples in my fucking jar, dude.
well,
And
what
you and
Freight,
Tom, I think it was you and Tom that were pushing that back when I first started. Y'all were talking about the dehydrated fruits.
what
Yeah.
Freight is going to get here, hopefully in a couple days. Fuck, I don't know. Anyway, it's dehydrated apples. It was 6 pounds of dehydrated apples that I put into about 3 gallons of distillate, and I let it soak for only like 3 days or so, and then I barreled it. And what you have is what was sitting on a what are they called? Hillbilly glass barrel. I got a bad bow that's full of it. But what's also cool is those dehydrated apples that I ran in that I still have.
I will
That's
sit
what's
there and
up.
say my hillbilly glass barrels will be finally popped this weekend after 4.5 months of it.
Nice.
Oh, look at
So I'm creating a video for him that shows actually the first time that it was introduced to what it's going to be now.
that's who it is,
And
y'all.
I cannot wait because the coloration that is in these jars is phenomenal.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
I got some going into 1 gallon right now from Hillbilly with the same fucking white oak.
Oh, I love it. I love it, Patrick. Mine's 120 days old, and I'm fixing to pull this off, pour it in another jar, and start
It
another
looks like
second
you
one. I
taking a few
love it.
sips out of that thing, baby.
I had people come over and go, they like it. They like it. They like it. And I told them
How's
where
that
to get it
motherfucker half gone?
because it's that damn good.
That's
I ain't
right.
lying.
That's right.
I say
I
Shots,
told
bro.
them,
shots.
You know the one thing I am missing at my Casa is some afraid not's maple bourbon. I
Yeah.
keep seeing that, but he wants me to do some extensive favors for him, but yet I can't even get a jar of fucking some maple bourbon.
How do I get it
Son of a
through?
bitch.
hey,
How do I get
y'all,
it through?
do y'all remember the old trench coats and the flasher would open up the flasher and he'd flash you? What if I go to the airport and I put mason jars and I go on the plane and open up and I'm like got these mason jars. I'm not smuggling them. I'm bringing them on board, but then you can't put them on board. I got to put them in my luggage. So
You got to keep them
I'm
under
going
8
to be
ounces.
bringing some stuff.
Hey, afraid
Under 8 ounces.
that question that James Alexander just asked, I would say actually between you and Sandman, you guys actually probably have the best knowledge for that. As far as for a 20-gallon 3-pot still, what would be the best or better downsizing for the pipes from inch to 3/4 inch or inch to a half inch or 3/4 inch to a half inch?
So
For 30 gallon,
at what point are you downsizing? I guess I don't understand what you're asking. I mean,
Yeah,
where
I
are
think
you
he's
starting?
asking
1
what
inch
size
from,
piping.
I mean, 1 inch all the way through on a 20 gallon. Mine's 1 inch through on a 20.
So
I think
on my setup,
breeds
I
well.
go from a 4-inch to a 2-inch.
If you're going from his next, comment saying piping one can put out a 20-gallon 3-pot, still, what would be the best? I mean, as anybody would probably agree, the more copper, the better.
No,
Yeah.
on a 20 gallon still 1 inch is what you want.
So afraid you say yes, Sandman says no.
So
explain.
I run a
Well-
20-gallon single pot. So I run a 20-gallon single pot still, and I go from a 4-inch down to a 2-inch. And that seems to work great because you get the full copper contact from the 4-inch. And I'm doing a column setup. So
you're not running a thump. So if you run a thump off a
I run a glass jar thumper.
and you run 2 inch down to what on your thumper?
So I go from 4-inch down to 2-inch to the thumper, and the thumper goes to a 1/2 inch, and then from there it goes back to a 2-inch.
Like I said, you're cutting it down. If you run 2-inch all the way
That's
through,
just for the thumper.
If you run 2-inch into a standard thumper and 2-inch out, it's going to build pressure, and it's going to purge, and it's going to shoot out a stream, and then it's going to get to a drip, and then it's going to build a stream. It'll purge.
Yeah.
It won't run consistent. It's too small of a still. Yeah. Maybe if you did a really fat 20, you could do that, but a regular round 20, you cannot push enough vapor through 2-inch to consistently run a good stream.
Are you running L copper? You running M copper? What copper are you running?
Oh, M. Why would you run L?
Well, I mean, everybody has their own different ways of doing things. That's why I'm asking.
L's pressure line. L's pressure line and the ID is smaller. So you're actually losing efficiency because you sure as hell don't need a pressure rated. If your still is building more than 2 or 3 pounds, there's something wrong. So it's just, there's absolutely no point. It's actually a downfall to use L.
Thank you for explaining that for the people who do not understand that.
Yes, L's pressure rated.
That is why I asked that question, for you to explain that.
Yeah, the OD is the same. The ID is just, I mean, it's not even enough to notice, but it is smaller. So you're
the L copper is pressure rated, so it's a thicker wall.
You're losing efficiency, and it's harder to work with. It's harder to solder. It's harder to cut. It's not
with L copper. You're going to weld more than you're going to solder.
Yeah,
you goddamn right.
You should be brazing if you're.
And I've made that mistake, so I know that.
I mean, you can solder it.
Can you do it? Yes, you can do it. Is it efficient? No, it's not. Are you going to get a better product in the end? No, you're not.
No, not on that idea.
I've got plenty of it for free, but run MAPS gas. If you're going to run L, you don't use propane. Run MAPS because it takes too long to heat.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's all right.
The steel that I was given from North Georgia, which is for those of you who don't know, so it's a 10-gallon beginner steel. 10-gallon.
Who's North Georgia?
3-gallon. North Georgia Steel Co., sir.
Who's that?
And that's Mr. Jeff. That's Mr. Jeff. And don't make me call out names. I'm bad on names right now. Oh, he got me. Come on. Jeff, don't
Andrew Warnicki.
Yes, Andrew. How can I forget that? My son's name's Andrew. But I have getting back to the size comparison. 10-gallon tank, 3-gallon thumper, 3-gallon worm. They started off with a 3/4, then they reduced down to half.
And that's efficient.
Half-inch
and yes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick with 3/4 and go with 3/4 out to the thumper and go with the in line and then the double jar like he had set up, double bypass between the thumper. But I'm going to stick with 3/4, being that the size of the thumper and worm, I don't want to change. All I want to do is change the pipe going, which would give me a little bit more copper circumference. I don't know what the volume change is going to be, but what you guys described,
you're not
going to give me more. It's going to give me more circumference of ID for the copper to do what it needs to do to take and pull more impurities out.
When you add length, you should add girth. Y'all know them.
Yeah.
No, but
I wish I could go to 1 inch, And I
honestly, though, if you're running a big long setup, maybe 2 inches okay. Because
I have a single pot still set up.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is that's probably okay because of what you're reducing to.
Yeah, so I go from single pot, which goes to a 4-inch onion to a base 4-inch in, 4-inch out. Then I go to a 4-inch cone reducer that goes a 4-inch to 2-inch. Then it just 290s down to a 2-inch shotgun condenser with 7 half-inch tubes in there, and it's
It,
36.
that
wow.
thing is
Hell
that's
yeah.
probably a stripping monster. You could
Yeah.
run
Oh,
that
it's a
Yeah.
beast.
goddamn
I can't
fast.
overheat it.
No, I mean
Yeah.
if you're feeding it enough cooling water, you could run that thing full bore.
So I also use a CW 5200 water chiller.
I want to
So
Yeah,
ask
I
this.
can get my water down as cold as I need to.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm running
Yeah.
9,000 watts of chiller right now. So
Nice.
I don't have an issue with that
Yeah.
either. But the only reason I have that on my setup is because of the column. That fucking column running a D flag and the worm will kill cold water. I mean, the D flag makes
Yep.
it cuts it down 70% from where I
Yep.
usually am.
Yeah.
I
I don't
can
want to
run.
cut you off, but while it's in my head, someone asked me this the other day, and I didn't have a legitimate answer, but it come to my question too. The distance from your steel to your thumper, I've seen guys have long 3-foot pieces of pipe going to their thumper, and then like mine are closer. And I was
Well,
curious, and I was told the closer your thumper is to your setup, way we've always ran, the closer it is to it, the hotter, if you're not wasting heat going traveling from there to double distill.
More,
Is there
more efficient.
From what I understand and from what I've read,
I'm more-
you're talking from your head to your thumper, correct?
correct?
So
mean
from
something?
what I understand, it all depends on what you're distilling.
It's
If you're
it's Lin
if you're-
arm angle. That's what it comes down to.
Yep.
right, so it's like with my stills, like my stills are meant for whiskey, you know, and that's why I have a longer nose on my head, is because it's a whiskey head, you know.
Yep. I got a
the
whiskey onion on
pitch
my pop.
and distance.
And you also pick up just a touch of reflux in a cone Lin arm
Yep.
like that. So
Correct.
Reflux gets you what you want to get all the volatiles out of it.
Yeah.
Right.
and it's just enough to do that, not enough to up
Yep.
the proof some crazy amount like a column.
Correct. That's
Correct.
like whenever I decide to add plates on mine, which I only do every now and then, but I only add up to 3 plates. With passive reflux, they load correctly. I just have to watch how much power I put into it, because I can make it run way too quick.
Oh,
So-
I can make, if I run hard enough on my D flag, and I don't run plates, but I only use that for like tails runs, feints runs.
Yeah.
I'm looking for neutral. It'll run 190 neutral, but if I run that D flag too hard, it won't fucking run. Like,
Yep.
I gotta turn the
Yeah.
heat up so high that
Yep.
it doesn't even make sense to run it. So D flags and bubble plates are a different animal. You have to tune them in, or you can push one harder than the other. It just
Right.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
why when
like,
I do my
my-
plates, I
my-
don't run a D flag, because I can get away
My
with the
pot
passive
still
reflux.
won't even start to drip until the pot itself is at 190 degrees or 194.
Correct.
oh shit, mine don't start dripping till like 200, maybe a touch over.
Yeah.
I can get
Well,
mine
everybody's
started
still different no
182.
matter what. I don't care what
No,
anybody
that's what I
says.
was listening to. Yeah.
It depends
Yeah,
on
And
how
I
it
like that though.
depends
I
on
like
starts
how
that
at
it
there's a
182.
difference. There's no right way or wrong way, or you know you're doing it right.
This is why
Everything
we
runs different.
tell
love that.
every new beginner, forget that goddamn thermometer. It doesn't mean anything.
It don't mean shit.
Until you understand what it means nothing.
But
Right.
Because temperature is not how you run your still. It just tells us when things are going to start happening. Like, that's
Yeah.
all it does for me.
I mean, as long as you have everything at an ambient temperature and it's pushing at the same degree, you are doing it right. But if you have multiple different temperatures running from your still, from your head to your thumper, you're going to run into a problem. One way or the other. You're going to end up with a scorching problem. You're going to end up with no production. Like,
Hang on.
to where
You're absolutely going to have a different temperature from your still to your cap to your thumper. They're all going to be different.
Let me give a perfect sense.
from your cap
demonstration of what
from
you're
your
saying.
cap to your thumper, should be damn near fucking identical from my stills. I can't speak for anybody else. I gotta speak
Vapor,
for my own stills.
vapor in
Is
the thumper, or
Huh?
liquid in vapor in the thumper, or liquid in the thumper.
Vapor.
Yeah, your head and yeah. I mean, that's a
I'm at check
That's
this
a
out.
given.
Vapor temp is going to carry. You said pot, and I was like, hold on. I'm absolutely going to have a different pot temp. Than I
Oh,
have temp.
for sure. I'm talking vapor temperature.
What? Can I show a newbie something real quick? Exactly what you guys are talking about.
Sure.
If my temperature gauge down here is reading 204 degrees. Watch this. If I go up here to my head and I hold it for exactly 10 seconds, I give you a true reading. Top of that head says 125.6 degrees. Okay.
That's
So
actually,
if the bottom is 200, the top of the head is 126 degrees, but the condenser.
That is
Go
an
ahead.
odd difference.
That's what I was trying to.
That should be. It should be hotter in the head than it is.
Well,
129.
are you running right now? You got some drips coming out of that or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's running.
Yeah, that's 126, 129, 130.
So that's just the outside temp. That's not the vapor
What's
temp.
your cone? What's your cone temp? Like down on your there, yeah.
96.
Yeah, I think that laser is
Something ain't right, brother.
I think the laser is reflecting off. The
Well, so he's also got stainless. So stainless isn't going to carry the heat over as well as copper.
Yeah, okay. So the cap's got. I see it now.
And then the condenser.
It's probably a lot
It's
thicker
cold.
too.
It's got water in it.
It's not even 72 degrees. So
hang on, show it to the newbies. Now I want to see. Show us a reading at the very top and the very bottom of that condenser, just to see. No, not up there. That's the cap. Down on the condenser.
Yeah, where the water's coming out.
Like where the water's coming out. Hydro. Up at the top of the shotgun. Yeah, and then one at the bottom of the shotgun.
Oh.
Actually, I'm kind of curious myself what the temp difference is on something like that.
79 to 100.
What do you got?
79.
From 70 to 100.
There.
Well,
there should be a 30 degree minimum.
Hang on.
I only chill my water to 41 degrees.
Oh, I go lower than that.
It says it's 109 at the top.
All right, what you got at the bottom?
Then it goes to 68.
There you go.
That's about right.
That's a fucking shotgun condenser. That's badass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a huge difference in what, 3 foot of pipe?
Yeah. You should have a 30 degree difference between top and bottom.
Yeah.
That's the numbers I've never really heard nobody put before. And I know someone asked me the question, well, if I put my steel here and I put a 4 foot piece of pipe over there because it's convenient for me to hook my thumper over there, what am I gaining and what am I losing? I'm thinking you're losing because you got that further away from your pot. Everything should be closer together.
I can think of a couple guys that run a waterless condenser, and they're about 8 foot long, and they got fans on them, but they don't
have the surface area.
They don't run water. They just they run a short angle, so it sits in there for a long time.
Short angle cooling fans.
Yep.
With cooling fans,
it's a higher surface area to get it to condense.
Cool.
And that's the biggest deciding factor right there is surface area. I was actually
it's all about surface area.
So me and Phil are talking about doing like a zigzag in between 2x4 and then putting a radiator fan on the back of it and seeing if we can make a compact version of what these guys are doing. I think we can work it out between me and Phil. Like, I think we're gonna figure it out.
Hell yeah.
You can do it as long as you got the right amount of surface area for the temperature you're putting in and what you need to get out of it. And then
it's
the
not
other
a
contributing
stripping.
factor on that is the ambient air temperature as well.
Absolutely, but this is not a
There's-
stripping condenser. Like this is probably going to be like a Vever, like for a still a 20-gallon still. This thing would probably have to be 3 or 4 foot tall with zigzags all the way.
Oh, at least.
Yeah, I mean,
And
we're-
that's what having like 70-degree ambient air temperature. Like if you're
We're
running
trying
like during
to-
the summertime, oh no.
we're trying to
double
chill.
Fucker.
I told Phil, I'm like, if we're gonna do it, we need to be able to chill like a 10-gallon still. I wanted to do a 10-gallon run down to not like crazy deep tails, but you know, I want to run a full run.
Yeah, I start on something small and then size it up accordingly, because that way you get an idea of what you're going to need to do.
Well, you also have to realize between me and Phil, there's probably like 20 different still like setups we could run. Like we can test this thing, I promise.
I mean, I like my shotguns. I used to run a worm, but shotguns are so much more efficient. You can do a lot more with a shotgun than you can with anything else.
So
Not
Steel Valley.
Not. What do y'all think it is?
Hell yeah!
I got a few of these to do. Hey Patrick.
Oh yeah, dude.
You know what I was telling y'all about?
Hell yeah.
This is them.
Yeah.
Fucking A.
Well, I'm gonna shut this off, guys. I gotta go cook dinner and stuff. And
Oh, we want to play. Can't you leave the street light on,
Well,
Dad?
you just say that you got to go masturbate, and that's fine. Like we'd all understand that. We've all been there.
Last time he left the stream was because he gonna passed out and fell out of his chair.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
I tell you what.
And he was fucking freestyle rapping for like 40 minutes. We'd try to ask him a question, and he'd be like, well, "I'm afraid not," and then he'd be fucking saying some other shit.
Hey, Fred.
Gone.
Hey, Fred. What if you give me the telephone number to the place that delivers like Pizza Hut, a good warm lasagna or something, a big pizza, and I'll pay for it, and you can stay on the phone and say, "Honey, supper's coming."
No, that's okay because I'm on a steak diet, all steak. So I'm gonna be eating nothing but steak for the next like 7 months.
Fuck yeah, buddy. You'll fucking rip up so fast.
You can leave it on and just turn the live off.
That's the same diet Big Surge is on. I know it's gonna work.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Fred, we appreciate you, going live for this long and everything, So, glad we were able to be a part of it, and hopefully some people learned some stuff from it and from all of us. So,
oh yeah,
that's what it's about, and let's catch up tomorrow.
Let's do that.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
thank you guys for coming along with me.
See y'all.
One quick question: did Fred fall? I mean, did Phil fall?
I don't know.
Did he fall and can't get
went.
up?
He does that a lot, though.
He'll be able to get up in the morning. All right, see you guys.
Thank you,
I love you, dog.
See y'all.
Love you guys.
See, I'm still here. I'm just working off camera.
I'm looking for my damn keyboard. Now, y'all.
Why put me on the big screen? Right? Was the video over? Hello? Guess I'm back stream then. So I'll leave.